AVC presents high school football. Today's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, W.B. Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abel's, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Papa John's Pizza, Wayne Garage Door, Galaxy Pizza, 209 Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RVs, and Bruner Land Company.
Good evening, everyone. It's week 3 of the Ohio high school football season as the Meadowbrook Colts visit McFarland Stadium in Cambridge, Ohio to battle the Cambridge Bobcats. I'm Dave Hilliard, and along with my partner John Valentine, we'll have all the action on 97.7 WILE, as well as the YRPtv YouTube channel and also the YRPtv Facebook page. Last night, Pitt and West Virginia had their backyard brawl, and we could easily refer to this game as a backyard brawl. I think I saw a couple T-shirts that said backyard brawl on it as well. Schools are just a little bit over 8 miles apart, but my partner had a better name for this. John called it the Guernsey County Super Bowl.
Well, I certainly can't take credit for that, and that wouldn't be my choice either, but that's kind of what everybody had coined years ago anyway. But, you're right, just a few miles apart, and obviously a good history between the schools. All the players know each other and played against each other and with each other for years in different sports, so always a good turnout from a crowd standpoint as well.
Well, those rivalry games last night, that was a barn burner. I had to stay up and watch till the end of that one. Yes. Last night was a great football game. And, you just want to see in a rivalry game, you want to see a good football game. And we'd like to see a good football game here tonight. But the rivalry history, me being the guy that's new to the area, I started doing some research, and I found out right away that Cambridge basically owned Meadowbrook for 15 years. I mean, from 2000 to 2014, Cambridge won every single game, which that's kind of a hard streak to maintain. You win that many games in a row. But at the same time, the last 4 games have gone to Meadowbrook, and last year a disappointing 48-46 loss, which you saw firsthand.
Yeah, BK and I called that game, and it was, boy, you talk about an exciting game. You couldn't get a more exciting game than that. There were kickoff returns, there were punt returns, there were long pass plays, there were defensive scores. It was an exciting game, and everybody got their money's worth last year. Cats jumped out to a 21-0 lead, and Meadowbrook finally got the wheels moving and got hot there before the half, and then I think they got down 1 score at the return the opening kickoff in the second half to get it down to either tied or down 1. So a great game last year, but you're right. The Colts have won 4 in a row, did not play in 2020. Right. The whole COVID thing kind of went haywire, right, and screwed everybody's schedules up. Yeah. But overall, the series, Cambridge is ahead 35-12, and as you had mentioned, 15 in a row there in the 2000s. Colts just really struggled in that time period and have been blessed the last 8 to 10 years of some pretty good athletes and new coaches bringing in new systems and new excitement in their program that they certainly got back on the map the last several years for sure.
Right. Well, our pregame sponsor tonight is the Bruner Land Company. They're a sponsor for all of our pregame action and information that we're going to provide for you. We're going to take a quick break here, though, when the national anthem comes up. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly Cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272 or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Start thinking about outdoor project season. That's where J&S Tree Care Services can help. Whether it's hauling, cutting, trimming, removal, stump grinding, leaf and debris cleanup, or any other timber project, nothing is too far away, too big, or too small. J&S Tree Care Services can do it all. Find us on Facebook at JS Tree Care Services and call me, Jeanette, or my husband, Steve, for a free quote at 740-260-6603.
When it comes to vinyl replacement windows, they are not all created equal. At Wayne Garage Door in Cambridge, our reputation for high standards and quality of products can be seen with our Eris collection of vinyl replacement windows. Combine the standard features an Eris window provides that installers don't have, along with our quality workmanships, and you have the best vinyl window to choose from for your home or business. Call us today at 740-439-7555 to see the difference an Eris collection window can make for you.
Ducks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
Back at McFarland Stadium here on our pregame as Meadowbrook is visiting Cambridge tonight in a rivalry game of epic proportions here in Guernsey County. Our pregame sponsor, once again, the Bruner Land Company. Coming into this ball game, Meadowbrook struggling so far, 0-2 on the season, having lost to Maysville 35-7, and last week to Barnesville 42-7. Next week, looking ahead, they'll play Crooksville. Cambridge, on the other hand, coming in on a bit of a hot streak to start the season. John 2-0, beat Indian Creek at Indian Creek 28-0, and then kind of inaugurated the new field turf here last week, beating Coshocton 42-7. So far, Cambridge has scored 70 points and given up 7. So very strong on both sides of the football right now. Meadowbrook, to be honest, has struggled. They've moved the football well offensively at times, but there's always a mistake out there. There's a penalty, there's a turnover here that seems to stall the drive. And I think one of the keys for Meadowbrook to be able to hang in this ball game tonight is they're going to have to sustain some drives and put some points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you could look at a lot of different factors, but in my mind, I'm guessing, that there's a lot of youth out there for the Colts, right? I mean, they've had a big senior class last year, and most of them were starters. So, they're trying to break in a couple younger guys, sophomores in several key spots. And, you're going to have those lumps early in the season, no doubt about it, till you get a rhythm and you get your feet wet and get used to that varsity competition. So, but you're right. If Meadowbrook wants to, compete tonight and make a game, they're going to have to keep the ball out of Cambridge's hands. And how you do that is you run the ball, which is really what Coach Norman wants to do anyway, because of the inexperience at the quarterback position and some of the receiver spots. They want to run the ball, and they have an experienced linebacker, really. So, they want to run the ball anyway, and you have to keep the ball out of Cambridge's hands. They have proven that they can score quickly and score often, and they've got several playmakers out there that they can spread the ball to. So you have to keep them off the field if you want a chance to come away with a W tonight.
once again, our pregame sponsor, the Bruner Land Company. And again, thank you for sponsoring our pregame show tonight. As John has pointed out, Meadowbrook is a very young football team. When I was compiling some things here for the broadcast, you're writing down freshman or sophomore next to the name. And when you're playing on a high school football game, if you're playing freshmen and sophomores and you're playing against seniors, 15-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds, it's a physical mismatch. And that's one of the things I think Cambridge is going to take advantage of, their physical superiority in this football game. Like you said, Meadowbrook would like to run the football. I saw them try to play a little bit up-tempo in the last week, and I really don't think they want to do that tonight. I think they'd like to keep their offense out there as long as possible.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of what Meadowbrook has been the last several years. They want to run and gun and get moving as quick as possible. Right. You're exactly right, and for those reasons we had already mentioned. They have some upperclassmen. I mean, they've got 12 seniors on the roster, so it's not like that they're that young. But they're that young because the older guys don't have a lot of experience.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. So they've got some older guys on the roster, but just not a lot of guys with Friday night work. So, they're going to have their hands full. Cambridge is coming in confident. They're coming in hot. As you mentioned, only giving up 7 points. And that was a broken play last week on a long touchdown run. Mm-hmm. So they're feeling pretty confident. They love the new turf and the new everything basically at McFarland Stadium, and quite honestly they have a pretty big chip on their shoulder because they're not used to losing 4 games in a row to Meadowbrook.
Extra motivation tonight, especially as I looked at that. We talked about the game last year, how they came back and won that football game, and that's just, I think some of the kids that are seniors for Cambridge are sitting here waiting. They've been wanting to play this football game. So again, if you're just tuning in and you're wondering, hey, where's Bill Capuri? Well, who was this guy on the radio tonight? Bill was pressed into some babysitting duties tonight.
He's got grandpa duties tonight.
He's got new grandpa duties, so hopefully Bill can get the broadcast. I think he said he was in Toledo.
Is that right?
So I hope he can get the broadcast up there. There's lots of ways to do it. Again, we're on 97.7. We're also on the YRPtv YouTube channel and also on Facebook. I'm Dave Hilliard again, color tonight, John Valentine. We got our producer, Cooper Klobuchuk, here in the building with us. We also have Jaron Aber, and they brought out the heavy hitters. Brett Klein is out here running a camera tonight as well. So we have a nice crew here for tonight. All the technical difficulties have been already smoothed out, so we're looking forward for a smooth broadcast here.
And it's a beautiful night in East Central Ohio. The sun's out and a lot of wind. They were having some trouble getting the flag up there for the national anthem, and but now that it's up, it's not moving at all. So it's a perfect night for high school football.
A little bit on the hot side, but we're sitting in air conditioning. I
don't want anybody's complaining about it. It feels 70 degrees in here, buddy.
Fantastic in here tonight. So a lot of Cambridge kids down on the field. They're going to form themselves a little tunnel to escort the team out. And while we're waiting on the teams to come back, we've got a few more minutes. We'll take a short break here. And as a reminder, you're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Looking for new tires for your ride? 209 Tire in Cambridge should be your first stop. 209 is committed to high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in 61074 Southgate Road in Cambridge and see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or visit their Facebook page at 209 Tire.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to W.B. Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to W.B. Green Insurance today. Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments.
Back at Meadowbrook Stadium, we're about 2 minutes away from the opening kickoff of this football game. Once again, the Meadowbrook Colts visiting Cambridge. Rivalry game. Schools are about 8 miles apart. Well, the kids know each other. That's one of those things in a rivalry game, especially high school, that I always felt like in high school sports back in the day, I didn't know the kids from the other schools unless they was really close. Now through social media and everything, everybody knows everybody, so the kids are very familiar with each other and what they would, what both teams are capable of. So just one of those games where, again, I had an athletic director tell me a long time ago that hatred sells tickets, and that's, you usually count on a pretty good crowd in a nice rivalry game like this one. And just looking here tonight, I mean, Meadowbrook's got a nice crowd. They're over there, and the Cambridge side, this is pretty equivalent to last week, maybe some more than there were last week, John. I'm not sure, but
yeah, and there's a few extra. All the students are down on the track still, so it'll be a really good crowd tonight.
Yeah, but last year these teams, Cambridge 6-5, lost to Carrollton 37-21 in the first round of the playoffs, and I know that's one of the goals now. I mean, the playoffs are expanded, and it's a little bit easier to get into the playoffs. At the same time, I know Cambridge, one of their goals, I was reading some of their coaches' statements, and they would like to make, you want to get in, but you want to win more than one game. That's the thing now. You want to advance in the playoffs. Meadowbrook, of course, they were 10-3 last year. They beat Vinton County and John Glenn, and the game that I was at, that John Glenn game, I was working for another media group at that time, and John Glenn controlled that game the whole first half.
Right. Yep.
And it's like the teams changed locker rooms or something, and then Meadowbrook scored, I think it was 21 unanswered points or 28 unanswered points in the second half to win that one in advance. Then they lost to St. Clairsville in the regional semifinal. So both teams really looking to try to win some games in the playoffs, and that's a goal everybody has now, especially with the expanded field of the playoffs. I'm still not too sure how I feel about all the teams that get into the playoffs, but
right. Well, it is something new, and if you stay stagnant and things stay the same, it gets a little bit on the boring side. So you got to mix things up a little bit. And we saw announced today that the NCAA was going to finally expand. I think I saw 12 teams to the football playoffs. So it just makes sense. You have to continue to change things if you want to stay relevant, right?
Yes, sir. Well, Cambridge has won the toss, and they've elected to receive. A lot of teams like to defer, but Cambridge wants that football. They'd like to get out there and put some pressure immediately on Meadowbrook and see if Meadowbrook can stop their high-powered offense.
And as you had mentioned in the pregame, too, not very often does Meadowbrook kick the ball deep. They like to onside kick as often as possible. That's been their MO the last about 8-10 years, and they've done it this year as well. So Cats have to be ready for that at all times. You certainly can't take a play off.
Seeing Owen Fellner, he is deep for the Bobcats. Meadowbrook going to tee it up here, and their place kicker has been Garrett Millam. We'll see if he is the one that is teeing the ball up there, and it is him. It's Garrett Millam teeing it up on the 40-yard line for this opening kickoff. I don't think we're going to see the Meadowbrook team that onside kicks all the time like they did a few years ago, but
well, they did last week down 42-7 at the end of the game, so you certainly can't count it out.
And that might be a little surprise, little squib kick here to start the ball game. Goes to Otsbury, picks it up on about the 30-yard line. He returns it out to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Cambridge Bobcats are going to set up shop tonight. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line.
Best thing to do is you get that ball and you move forward as quick as you can. Credit Bo there to get about 8 yards, about 12 yards on that return.
Cambridge coming out here. We're expecting to see a nice mix of run and pass here. Caden Moore has just really done an excellent job running the show. And I should not say run here. Caden Moore by himself in the backfield. 5 receivers out there, so we're going to anticipate a pass here on this first down. Back in the shotgun. He gets the snap, fires it quickly to his right, and he got that out to Moore. Moore turns upfield and gets it about the 42-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down and about 6. Just underway here at McFarland Stadium, 11:44 to go in the first quarter. Cambridge going up tempo with their 5 receivers. Moore in the backfield. Snap. Looks downfield. He's under pressure, but he lost it deep down to Davian Moore. He's got it in stride. 10-5. Touchdown, Cambridge. Second play of the game. And that was a 62-yard pass play to the deep threat that I really didn't get to mention in the pregame. Davian Barr last week put on a show with his big play capability, and right away they hit him with it in stride. He took it to the house for 6. And before we've had a minute go off the clock, Cambridge leads this one 6-0.
Yeah, Davion Barr is absolutely a difference maker for the Bobcats last year and definitely this year with his ability to make people miss, but with his speed, with the kickoff returns and just that seam route, they beat Indian Creek on that in game 1 of this season as well. Lucas Parsons there with the extra point. It's up and good, but Barr is such a difference maker. Again, probably the fastest guy on the field, and once he gets that confidence, which he has now, he lacked it a little bit last year, tried to come on, and, he hadn't had that varsity experience before, but, buddy, he's got it now, and he's ready to roll.
And again, you see Lucas Parsons there on the kick. I was really impressed last week in watching him. His leg, I mean, he's not a very big kid, but, boy, he has a really nice leg, and he has some nice range for in case they do need a field goal, but obviously this time not needing a field goal attempt as they get the 62-yard touchdown play to start this football game off, and now Parsons is going to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Meadowbrook going to get their first possession in this one, and we'll see how they react to that early touchdown. I mean, that's the last thing you want to happen when you have a young football team is giving up a big play for a touchdown.
Well, and again, another reason why Coach Leak wants the ball to start the game, put the pressure on the youngsters on the other side of the field.
Parsons puts the leg into it. It's touched, and it went out of bounds. I think if he would have let that go, it would have gone out of bounds. It's the only thing I saw Parsons do wrong last week. He did have a tendency to kick it a little bit to that left sideline like he did there, a little bit of a hook for the right leg kicker. I'm a slicer myself. That's my bad
It's
shot.
taken me a long time to get rid of that slice, buddy. I do not want to see it come back.
All right, Meadowbrook going to set up shop here. That ended up going out on the 8-yard line. I believe it's where they've marked it.
That's correct.
So they're going to play 11:23 here to go in the first quarter from their own 8, and that's not a very good field position to start this ball game. Meadowbrook, Justice Huey running the show. He hands it off to Bop. No, Huey did keep the football. Nice fake there, but boy, Cambridge all over that there, and I didn't catch who that was. It looked like
it was Xander Caldwell.
Was that Xander Caldwell?
Xander Caldwell, who had a breakout game against Indian Creek in game 1 with 10 different tackles and a touchdown on offense and a fumble return. Xander certainly is going to be looked for that senior leadership this year.
Loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 deep in their own territory. Meadowbrook looking to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts here. Bop in the backfield with them. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Huey gets the snap, hands it to Bop. He's off to his left. He gets it up over about the 6, 7, 8, 9-yard line. Nice little pickup. Got some of that yardage back that they lost on first down, plus a little bit. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Colts on their own 10-yard line. You'd like to get the first down here, John, but you don't want to make a mistake this deep in that territory and give the football to Cambridge down inside your own 10.
No, certainly not. You want to get as much as you can here on 3rd down, but, yeah, obviously you want to pick up the first down.
I saw that on film, and Huey does a really nice job. They're one of those teams that goes on the clap, and everyone looks over to the sideline, and they simulated, what they've been doing, and they get people to jump. And that's one of those, you get frustrated with your defensive line. You're telling them to watch the football, don't listen to all that. And they still jump, so nice Little penalty there, offside on Cambridge. That's going to bring up the third and about 4 yards here for the Colts.
Yep, and if I was Meadowbrook, I'd do it again. Looks like he did not cross the line of scrimmage, though.
I don't think he did.
There's no flag.
Phew.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do it again, right?
Exactly.
Get you another 5. Get it. That's an easy first down.
Huey looking over to the sideline along with all the offensive personnel for Meadowbrook. Trying to get that play signaled in here. 3rd and 4. Huey's got the play now. A little reshuffling here. Got some more protection back there in the backfield with him. Huey gets the snap, hands it off to Bop. Bop trying to turn upfield, and he doesn't get much there. Maybe a yard out to the 15-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for the Colts.
Yeah, perfect defensive stand there by Cambridge, other than the penalty, to be able to bottle them up and put some pressure on them deep in their own territory. And when you have Davion Barr back here returning punts, and Owen Feldner, another guy that can keep up with him in the 100, back there to return, Owen can certainly take it home too.
Barr was super impressive last week. All right, a new punter back here this week for the Colts. It's looking like Casey Clendenning is going to be taking over the punting duties. And they get the snap back to him. He boots it. It lands at about the 38-yard line. Flag flying in there from deep. That's could be a hold or some kind of illegal block we're going to see. Ball finally down on about the 44-yard line of Meadowbrook, but there's a flag down.
It's a block in the back.
And it looked like he was throwing it right at the there was a block being made, and I think he threw it right at that block, so I'm going to anticipate a penalty on Cambridge here. Is going to back him up a little bit. There was a block in the back, so they're going to mark off a little penalty yardage here.
Well, one of the things that Coach Leak wanted to clean up from the last couple weeks is certainly the penalties. 2 penalties already with only 8:33 to go in the first. Not the way that you want to start from that perspective.
All right, so now they're going to be at their 46-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Cambridge. Caden Moore in the backfield. Stottsbury back there with him. He gets the snap, looking downfield again. Not much pressure. He lets it deep. He's got it to Feldner. Feldner in stride, catches it and scores. One play drive. First possession was 2-play drive. This was a one play drive, a touchdown to Owen Feldner.
As we said, if anybody can keep up with Davion, it's Owen. You cannot give them that much space, and you certainly can't give Caden Moore an opportunity to drop one in like that.
A 54-yard touchdown pass from Caden Moore to Owen Feldner, and he hit him in stride. And you're either going to have to put some pressure on Moore, or you're going to have to put some more people back there. We'll take a quick break here. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
This is Russ Abels. Summer's winding down, but did you know this is actually the perfect time to upgrade your air conditioning? Because at Abels, the end of the season means an amazing deal. Call us now. We have system financing, and with incentives and extra add-ons available, the savings really add up. It's a great opportunity, our best offer of the season on a new high-efficiency system. Call Abels and save on your new air conditioning system right now.
Chucks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Back at McFarland Stadium, lightning striking here for Cambridge twice already. They've run 3 plays and they have 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points from Lucas Parsons, and that makes it 14-0 here, 8:23 to play in the first quarter. Parsons again going to kick the football off from his own 40. Runs in, lets it fly, and then he's going to, I think it went out of bounds. They're calling touchback. It was touched down there, and they're going to have a conversation about this when the 2 officials. John, you're my official on that one. He touched it, but
they're going to call it a touchback because no matter what, if the ball gets to the end zone, it's a touchback.
Right. Okay. So that was a tough one. Again, Lucas Parsons, it's like he's kicking it into the coffin corner down there.
Right.
I think the returner would have been better off if he just lets that one
Absolutely.
go. It's probably either going to go out of bounds or go into the end zone anyway. You don't have any of that funny business that was going on with him trying to catch it on the run.
You would assume that Coach Norman's staff had that conversation with him after the first one, but maybe they didn't because they did the same thing again. They will definitely have that conversation now.
All right, Huey gets the snap, fumbled a little bit, but he does get it to Bob. Bob turns upfield and does manage to get a couple of yards here to his left, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. 7:38 to play here in the first quarter. Cambridge leads this one 14-0. And again, I don't think Meadowbrook wants to play up tempo. They're taking their time a little bit here. 2nd down and 8. This time, Huey back in the backfield. Bop deep behind him. 3 receivers to his left. And he does that little fake snap thing, and he got Cambridge to jump. And I think they are going to call offside on this one. And they're going to mark off 5 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 3 this time.
Well, you're getting that much defensive pressure like Cambridge has been giving you so far. That's the easiest way to slow them down a little bit.
And that's they have got really good pressure so far, as you said, and that does make them think a little bit more before they react. Trips to the left here. Huey back in the shotgun. Linemen pointing out their blocking responsibilities here.
And they are using that play clock.
They're going to use that play clock. They don't want to give the ball back too quick here. All right, back to, well, that was Norman. That was Norman back there. That wasn't Hewitt. A little bit of a wildcat formation there as they brought Nick Norman back in the backfield. Direct snap to him, and he loses a couple yards. Ogle on the tackle there, and that's going to bring up, after that loss, at 3rd down and about 6 yards, a long 5 here, or 6.
Of the 5 plays that Meadowbrook has run, 2 of them have been negative, both losing 3 yards apiece. So Cats, again, defensive line getting a lot of pressure.
Huey back there this time. I'm checking with the binoculars. It's my only drawback on this stadium, John. You're a long way from the field up here in the press box.
And the older we get, the harder those numbers are to see.
Yes, it is. He dropped the snap, but he does get flipped out here. He's looking for Norman, but the ball's over his head, and it went out of bounds. No flags on the play, so that's going to bring up 4th down here for Meadowbrook. 5:47 to go in the first quarter. Rolling to his right. He's a right-handed quarterback. It's a little bit easier throw when you're moving to your right instead of your left, but
and you saw the ball sail on Huey there too. So
right.
that from an experience standpoint, he's going to learn that if you just try to place it like that when you're on the run, that sucker's going to sail every time on you. You got to put some zip on it and bring that follow through down so you can get it to your receiver.
Clendenning back here to punt again. Nice snap. A little bit of a wobbling kick, but it bounces right to Barr. He got it in stride. Look out. Here goes David down to the 30. 21 man to beat. Gets around at 5. Goal line. Touchdown. Cambridge.
Davion Barr with the punt return.
Davion Barr picked that up. And there is a flag down, unfortunately. That happened to him last week, John.
It sure did.
We'll see what the penalty's about, but
yeah,
he did a super job of coming up in that and fielding it on the run and getting a head of steam going, and he was off to the races.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned did the same thing last week. Now he did score on the one where he come flying up to catch it on the bounce, and this time not only did he make a great move to run up and catch the ball, but he also made a couple guys miss on his way to the goal line, and you saw that speed. Gee whiz, he got down that sideline quick, but the officials are going to call a block in the back right at the spot where he caught the ball.
It was pretty close right there. So, unfortunately, but maybe for Cade Moore, he's feeling pretty good. I'm going to get my chance again here. So, it's going to be marked all the way back at the 36-yard line. Cambridge going to be 1st and 10 from their own 36. And that's their worst starting field position in this game. They start off on the 38-yard line the first time. This time they're on the 40s. They run on 46 this time. Back to the 36. Meadowbrook got to find a way to at least get Cambridge in a third down situation here. They haven't been able to do that so far.
Well, in Cambridge, my guess is understanding that, they're outsized up front. I mean, Meadowbrook's got size up front on the defensive and offensive side. So to combat that, to not be able to run the ball, you assume running the ball is going to be a little bit more difficult for Cambridge tonight. Spread them out because they're thin and young in the backfield.
Clayton Myers in the backfield with Moore. He gets it out to his right or to his left, and he finds an open receiver, and that's Trey Stottsbury. He's got that advanced all the way out to the Meadowbrook 48-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch there, and that's going to bring up that's a first down. Another first down here for Cambridge. The first time they've actually had to move the sticks over there tonight, John.
Yeah, something different, right?
Something different. Moore in the shotgun. He's got the snap, and there's a penalty flag, and that play is getting blown dead quickly. That's usually on the offense when they blow it dead that fast, so I'm going to anticipate an illegal motion or shift of some sort on Cambridge. And that's going to back them up 5 yards, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 15 now for the Bobcats on their own 47-yard line.
So far on the night, Caden Moore 4 for 4, which is not surprising considering he's 32 for 38 on the season. But another 4 for 4 with 2 TDs and 135 yards so far.
Very accurate. Caden Moore in the backfield by himself. He's got 4 receivers to his left. Now Stottsbury in motion. Running a little option look here. Pitches to Stottsbury. He's on the right side. He's down to the 40-yard line. All the way down to the 35, but I see a yellow hanky on the field at the midfield stripe. And I have a feeling this play's coming back too, John.
Sure is.
Flag on the play.
6th penalty so far for Cambridge already in this first quarter. Rivalry games bring out some of that, right? I mean, you understand, but, that's just basic fundamental things, your holds and your blocks in the backs that, you have to clean that up if you're Cambridge if you want to continue to be successful.
That's one of those things, if your sights are on down the road into the playoffs, that's one of those things you've got to get better at. You can't make those mental mistakes. You can't do those grabs. Going to bring up now first down at about 22 for Cambridge. Moore has it again. Surveys the field. Throws it out to his left. He's got Caldwell. He gets the ball to midfield, and he's taken down right at the midfield stripe. Picks up about 10 yards there. Going to bring up 2nd down and 12. You're not going to probably get 22. You want to get a nice chunky yard, which they did there to bring up. You still got a 2nd down here, 2nd and 12. So now you've got it down into some manageable yardage here for Cambridge.
And if you watch Caden Moore play, if you've seen him over the years, you've seen his decision making get better as he continues to play. And that was a perfect example of it right there.
Moore thought about it, but he took off instead, and he picked up a couple there. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10, and this is what Meadowbrook has needed. They needed a down and distance where it favors their defense. They're in a 3rd and 10 situation, but Meadowbrook they've got to get a stop here if they have any. They don't want to get down, by 3 touchdowns here before the first quarter ends.
Well, and with a 2-score lead and with your offense clicking, there's no reason why Cambridge wouldn't go for this on 4th down, right? You're in a good area. And now it's definitely going to be an option after this 5-yard penalty on Meadowbrook. But anyway,
that's it. They're calling that on Cambridge.
Oh, did they call on Cambridge again? Jeez. That changes things a little bit. So that's their 7th penalty for 45 yards, and 1 took a touchdown away. But anyway, I was going to say, don't worry about picking up a first down here. Get half of it because you're going to go for it on 4th down anyway.
Right. All right, Moore back out there. A host of receivers. He's got Stottsbury in the backfield with him. Moore rolling to his right. At the 40-yard line, he tries to dump it. I thought that was going to be pass interference, and yes, I thought the DB came over the back there. Stottsbury well covered, and I think if the defensive back just would have stayed in position and let Stottsbury catch it, he could have made the tackle right there. But instead, that big penalty. Is that an automatic first down here? You're by officiating guru.
No, we will not have an automatic first down. But, it's hard to default a player for trying like that. It would be, you're right. In hindsight, just let him catch it and tackle it, right? But he's trying to make a play and make a big impact on the game as well. It's not an automatic first down, but the penalty gives them a first down.
All right, Cambridge now down to the 38-yard line of Meadowbrook. Moore in the shotgun. Looking to make something happen again. Rolls to his left. Dumps it out to Barr. Barr's got it at the 30. Takes on the tackler. And they knock him out of bounds down at the 27-yard line. Nice pickup. Probably another first down.
He's just a little short.
Oh,
Nope,
they're moving the chains.
Sure
They're moving the
are.
chains. So that's a first down. Bobcats are down. And that is
First down.
Third catch for 75 yards for Davion so far.
our first quarter brought to you by Wayne Garage Door. And that's a first down. That's a W.B Green Insurance first down. Moore has it. Back to Barr again. Barr brought down finally on about the 20-yard line after a nice little sidestep there. Going to bring up a second down and about 2 or 3 to go here for Cambridge. 2:48 clock running. 14-0 Cambridge here early in this one.
Snap that ball. Devin Ogle's over here waving to Caden. Get it to me, get it to me. And he does.
He said, but a lot of air under it, and Ogle went up and got it and took it away and fell into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Bobcats. Ogle was surprised. I think they called it a touchdown. He ended up sitting there on the goal line, and it was a touchdown. As you said, Ogle he wanted to snap the ball because there was nobody out there. Moore put a lot of air under the ball, and I thought he wasn't going to be able to get back and get to it, but he did make up the yardage and got there and tried to knock the thing away, but couldn't get it done. Parsons for his third extra point of the game, and that's right down the middle again, and it's 21-0 Cambridge. We'll take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
Back in Cambridge, Ohio, McFarland Stadium, Cambridge now up 21-0 here with 2:32 to play still in the first quarter. Lightning struck quickly there the first two possessions. They actually had to run a few plays on that possession, John. They got 6 plays on that one.
They did. Well, a couple penalties, and we'll do that to you. You know, something that the Cambridge coaching staff noticed on film is Meadowbrook not getting back on defense, getting ready to set up the next play. So you've seen Cambridge has tried to run, hurry up a couple different times to try to catch the Colts off guard, and that's exactly what happened on that touchdown.
Parsons again with a nice kick. This time he's going to be caught down on the 10-yard line. Turns it upfield, running to, they got a left return going. Can he get the corner? No, he's going to be knocked out of bounds right at about the 22-yard line. A host of tacklers down there. Let's see who that returner was.
Dyer on the return.
Evan Dyer was the returner there for the Colts. He got that ball out to about the 23-yard line, and Meadowbrook's going to set up shop 1st and 10 on their own 23. Again, needing something desperately good to happen to them on offense. They've punted the ball a couple of times here, and Cambridge has 3 touchdowns with their possessions. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Meadowbrook has only run 5 plays, as we mentioned. 2 of them were losses, and Sam Bopp has the other 3 rushes for 9 yards.
Huey waiting on the snap. He's got it. Under pressure, lets it go. He's got a receiver out there, and it is almost caught. Went through the arms, might have got deflected a little bit back there. I'm thinking that looked like... Yeah, that was Eli Edwards back there.
Yeah, Eli he did his best Superman impersonation because he jumped up in the air just to block the line of sight of the receiver, and I think it worked enough that it just went off the receiver's fingertips.
It did just enough to knock it, so he couldn't catch the football. So Meadowbrook now 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to Huey's right, 1 to his left. Brings in a little extra protection. Huey running for his life again. They've got to hold him. They're going to bring him down all the way back at the 17-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long here, and that's not a good situation for Meadowbrook offensively here. Minute 52 to play. Nice defensive pressure again from that front from Cambridge. Andy Ogle up there, Angelo Rocco, Connor Mobilini, all those guys. They have seemed to be in the backfield every time that Meadowbrook has run a play tonight.
Yeah, as you can see, again, Meadowbrook has the size advantage against the Cats, but it seems that as of now, the Cats have a little bit more quickness up front.
Snap back to Huey. Looks downfield and lets it go again. Got hit as he released it, and that's going to fall short, and I think that's why that was short. He got hit right under the arm when he was trying to let that go.
Yep.
Had a receiver out there, but again, incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down. And again, another 3 and out for Meadowbrook, and this is not good offense. They're going to bring in the punt team. I know they're down 21-0, but you really, realistically, you can't go for that deep.
No.
At this time of the game.
No, they really don't have an option here. You have to kick it away.
Well, the bad news is Davion Barr is back here awaiting this punt at about midfield, and if he gets his hands on it, he's got one thing in his mind, and that's he's going to take it to the house. Clendenning going to kick it away again. Good snap. Almost blocked a line drive, and that's a little bit of a wobbler, and that really helped Meadowbrook because that Barr couldn't come up and make a play on it, so got him out of the shadow of their own goal post at least. Cambridge going to set up shop on their 46. We'll take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744.
1:02 to play here. 21-0. Cambridge has the lead and the football on the 46-yard line. Snap back to Moore. Nice rush, but they got a little bubble screen running here. They get it out to Ogle. Ogle weaves his way down to the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there. That's going to be a first down, a W.B. Green Insurance first down. One play, one first down. Cambridge once again in business. 47 seconds. Running some tempo. Meadowbrook a little bit disorganized. Caden Moore with the snap. He's looking downfield again. He's got receivers. Now he's going to run it. Still looking downfield. He turns upfield, makes a nice move, makes a man miss, gets it down to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a pickup. 36-yard line, going to be a pickup of about 4 yards. 25 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Well, so far, Caden Moore has been the offense, obviously, with 9 for 9 through the air, 196 yards and 3 scores. He's also ran the ball twice.
Moore's got 5 receivers. Surveys no pressure on him. He's got plenty of time. He lets it fly. He's got it out there. It's caught down at the 15. Now down to the 10. 5. Down to the 4-yard line. Nice pickup there by Feldner. And that is the last play of the first quarter that was brought to you by Wayne Garage Door. 21-0 here after 1. We'll have the second quarter in just a few moments. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Looking for new tires for your ride? 209 Tire in Cambridge should be your first stop. 209 is committed to high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in 61074 Southgate Road in Cambridge and see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or visit their Facebook page at 209 Tire.
At Wayne Garage Door, we are so much more than just garage doors. Our product offerings include entrance doors for both commercial applications as well as your home. Vinyl replacement windows and storm doors can also be found in our showroom. A Beam central vacuum system can help you clean up around your home or office. And let's not forget about our service department that is ready to repair your broken down door or opener. You can see why our company is so much more than just garage doors. Call Wayne Garage Door today at 740-439-7555. Back
in Cambridge here for the second quarter. Our second quarter brought to you by Galaxy Pizza. Cambridge leads this one 21-0. Meadowbrook struggling offensively, struggling defensively. Going to be tough here for Meadowbrook to hang in this football game because Cambridge is motivated.
Well, they sure look
really
like it.
Motivated.
Absolutely, and we knew they were coming in, but I think Caden's just not getting any pressure on him, and he's had all day to throw the ball, and you just can't do that with the weapons he has at his disposal, and with the accuracy he has, the touch he has throwing the ball. You just have to put pressure on him.
Cambridge first and goal down on the 5-yard line. Waiting on a player to come in off the field, off the sideline here for Meadowbrook.
Into the game for Cambridge is Clayton Myers, number 20. He's in the backfield with Trey Stottsbury.
Possibly a handoff here. Two running backs in the backfield. I don't think we've seen that tonight. Moore's got it, and they're going to blow that one dead. There's a little movement there before the snap, so that's going to cost Cambridge 5. They're going to back up to the 10-yard line. Still first and goal.
Well, you ended the first quarter with 7 penalties. You get another one on the first play of the second quarter. 8 penalties so far for 50 yards for the Cats.
All right, Moore still has 2 running backs with him. He lofts it down, looking at Barr in the corner. Barr goes up and high points it, grabs it, touchdown of Bobcats, and the hits just keep coming for Caden Moore. 10 for 10 now, John?
Yeah, 11 for 11,
11
actually.
for 11 now. Nice job by Barr going up and high pointing the football, bringing it in for the touchdown. That makes it 27-0 here, awaiting this extra point from Parsons, who has been perfect tonight.
And perfect on the season, I believe.
Snaps down, kick is up, and it is good.
And we didn't jinx him.
We didn't jinx him. 28-0 now, Cambridge. We'll take another quick break. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Ducks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Back in Cambridge awaiting this Valentine Insurance kickoff. Parsons going to tee it up on his own 40. And again, Meadowbrook now down 28-0. They need to make something happen on offense. But Cambridge has been putting such good pressure on everything that Huey's tried to do with any kind of running play. It's been a tough way to go for the Colts tonight. Parsons ready to kick it. Runs up, puts the right leg into it. And that one might find its way into the end zone, and it does. That's going to be a touchback. Meadowbrook going to be out on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
So at this point, obviously Meadowbrook's got to reset, right? They got to figure out, the game plan. Don't go away from the game plan. They want to run the ball, but I think they see that they're getting so much pressure on Huey from Cambridge's defensive line. The only way you're going to be able to combat that is short, quick passes. That lack of possession, they're trying to throw the ball all the way downfield every time, and that's when you're pressured, you're not going to have time to do that. You're going to have short, quick passes just to try to get some rhythm. Something going for the offense here.
That's a great point, John, because you need a little time, too, to get those long passes off. And
right.
He just hasn't had any time. He's been under duress every time he's tried to throw the football. All right, Huey's back in the backfield. This time he hands it off. Bop's got it. He won't come down. He plows ahead for about 3 yards. That's a good positive play. They get down into a 2nd and 7 situation now. 11:36 now to go in the second quarter. Cambridge up 28-0. Meadowbrook. 2nd down 7. Huey gets this. No, he's does that clap again. And the Cambridge defense is getting a little bit more disciplined on that.
Well, they better. Coach Lee's going to find 4 new guys to go up front.
He's not going to be very happy with that. So, all right. He's got the snap, fakes the handoff, nice little dump pass. And he's going to bend up and gets the first down, and that's going to get out past the 30-yard line. He's got the first down. Nice pickup to McManaway there. And that's a W.B. Green first down for the Meadowbrook Colts. They've got it out to their 31-yard line.
First pass on the night completed for the Colts.
And unfortunately, it took until the second quarter for that to happen. All right. Huey again, they do that fake clap trying to get Cambridge to jump. Bobcats doing a much better job with their discipline there. Watching the football. Huey hands it to Bob. Bob got some running room, and then he's met and driven backwards. And I think we're going to give him forward momentum up to about the 35-yard line. Another short pickup, going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 here for the Colts. Clock running, 10:19 to play here in this rivalry game. 28-0 right now. Cambridge Bobcats on top. Meadowbrook desperately trying to find an answer here.
Still taking their time, going to use that play clock as much as they can. They're going to have to speed it up at some point, obviously being down 4 scores, but they don't look like they're in any hurry on this set either. They're going to have to call timeout here.
Yeah, play clock down to 4, 2, 1. They do get the snap off. Huey hands it to Bob. Bob makes a nice cut, gets up past the first down marker, and finally gets driven out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So that's another first down. Back-to-back first downs. A W.B. Green Insurance first down for the Colts. 2 first downs in a row. Finally some offensive flow here for the Colts.
Yeah, and you see the toughness and the quickness of Sam Bob. He's not going to go down on first contact, and he's pretty gritty, and he's got some moves. He's quick, so you're going to have to make sure that you get hands on him, put that shoulder pad in his gut, and make sure that you wrap up.
Best offensive flow here for the Colts so far tonight. 1st and 10, their own 45-yard line. Huey's got 3 receivers out there. Hands it to Bob again. Bob cuts to his left, but he's met by a host of defenders, and there is a flag thrown in. Normally in that area where you see holding called. Little or no gain there. We'll see what the penalty is. And that's going to be a holding call on Meadowbrook. And they are going to mark that yardage off. I thought they might decline it. Take the down because he didn't pick up anything, but they're going to push him back and make it a little bit tougher on Meadowbrook to pick up another first down. Now 1st and 20, 9 minutes to go here in Cambridge. Meadowbrook desperately trying to get on the scoreboard here. Huey still running the show. He's got McManaway back in the backfield with him. I've noticed they brought in, they went from 4 receivers down to 3, a little bit more protection in that line, trying to give Huey some more time to throw the football. Well, maybe, boy, then there was a handoff attempted, and before he could get the handoff made, who was that got in there? Was that Ogle?
That was Frankie Yakupik.
Okay, then he got in the backfield. He almost got the handoff.
Yeah, he tackled both guys.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 20. Colts looking over to the sideline for the play again. Meadowbrook just been in the backfield all night long. They haven't been able to block that front 3 to 5 guys that Cambridge just keeps throwing at him. Snap to Huey. He hands it off. He didn't. He faked it. He dumped it over the middle. Incomplete pass, and I see another penalty flag, and it's going to be an illegal man downfield.
Now that one they'll probably decline.
I think they're going to decline that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 19 yards here. Looked like one of those run-pass options they had going there, John.
Yep.
Good idea, but just couldn't connect. And
yeah, they did that real well last week against Barnesville, understanding that they only scored once, but they did run that play successfully several times during last week's game with the Shamrocks.
So now 3rd and 19. Meadowbrook looking for a play here offensively. 4 receivers. Huey under pressure, and he gets nailed on about the 29-yard line and driven back into the turf. They're going to give him to the 30, but boy, he didn't have anybody to throw it to, and the rush met him right in the chest.
Yeah, and that's what we're speaking to. I understand it's 3rd and a mile, right? You have to be able to try to get the ball downfield a little bit, but you saw that extra second or so. Just let the Cats get back there full speed even, and hit Huey before he had a chance to even think about getting rid of the ball.
4th and 25, a promising drive there. It started with 2 first downs for Meadowbrook, is now ending in yet another punt. And the snap is over his head, and he's struggling to get it, and Cambridge falls on him all the way back at the 8-yard line. And a disaster there for Meadowbrook. Unfortunately, over the punter's head there, Casey Clendenning couldn't corral that snap. You've given the ball now to Cambridge, who has a 28-0 lead down on the, just outside the 10-yard line. Looks like they marked it at the 11, JV.
Yeah, that's, look, you don't want to pick on having a bigger guy back there punting, but typically when you have the bigger guys back there, if it is a bad snap, it's going to be more difficult for the bigger guy to go get it. And I don't think any of us could have got that one. It was definitely way too far over his head, but it took him a while to scramble back here to try to recover it.
Caden Moore got the ball again under pressure this time. He got loose from the pressure, and he's got down to the 10. Finally dragged down at about the 6-yard line. One of the first times that Meadowbrook has been able to put pressure on Moore tonight, and he escaped that pressure and got down to the 6-yard line. So they can get a first down without the touchdown here, but 2nd now and 6, 7 yards for the touchdown. Moore got 5 receivers. Rolls to his left. Now he turns it upfield himself, and he's going to take it home himself. Caden Moore with a 7-yard scamper for a touchdown, and that's going to push that lead to 34-0 here in favor of the Cambridge Bobcats.
Great read there by Caden. Had a pass option with looked like Stottsbury going out into the flat, but when he saw the defender go out there with Stottsbury, he knew he could put his foot in the ground and go straight uphill, and made it easy touchdown run for Caden Moore.
Lucas Parsons on to attempt the extra point. The hold is good, the kick is up, and once again right down the middle, and that's going to make it 35 for Cambridge, nothing for Meadowbrook. We'll take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings, or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA, that's 439-7272, or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first stop. Mass Tires is now under new management and still committed to continuing high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in at 519 Main Street in Pleasant City to see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., or call 740-685-1199. Mass Tires, the best place to retire.
Back for another Valentine Insurance kickoff. Parsons puts the right leg into it, and we got a stop and play there. And then offside against Cambridge. And that's one that drives the coaching staff just crazy, because you just stay behind the kicker.
Well, yeah, and and how often do you see that, right? Unless it's really egregious, you don't see that call very often. So he must have been a yard or two past him when he kicked it. So yeah, that's Cambridge's 9th penalty already.
That's going to back them up about 5 yards here. They're going to kick off from the 35.
Got a report from BK. He must have put the grandkids to bed already, because he's texting me saying he's watching the game.
All right, good for Bill. Parsons going to kick it now from the 35-yard line. It's 35-0, 6:19 to play here until halftime. Cambridge is having their way here tonight with Meadowbrook. Let's see if Cambridge can stay onside this time. Parsons and everyone stayed back that time. Nice kick down to the 10-yard line. That's going to be returned all the way up to the 25, 30-yard line, knocked down at the 32-yard line.
Well, he's been consistent with that kick, hasn't he? Same exact spot, catching it right there at that 5, 10-yard line.
Got a nice foot and gets some air under it. That's a nice kick. He likes the left side. I noticed that. So, but again, Meadowbrook now setting up shop on their own 31-yard line, 1st and 10, 6:12 to play until halftime. They trail 35-0. Huey still running the show on offense.
Again, going back to what we said the last possession, shorter, quicker passes, try to get the running game going again if you're Meadowbrook, and they had some success on that last drive.
Right. Hand off to Bop, and he is met quickly, and that's going to be a loss. Again, just all kinds of defensive pressure in there. Nice play there by the interior line of Cambridge. And again, it's just been tough sledding. I don't know, you say the quick passes. I mean, maybe if they've got a solution to maybe roll Huey out one direction or another to try to, get outside of that pressure. But, boy, the Cambridge has just dominated the line of scrimmage on offense and on defense tonight.
Yeah, really impressed with Cambridge's defensive line so far. I think that obviously Caden Moore has been a difference on the offensive side, but defensively, I think we're seeing a different level here from the defensive line.
All right, Huey awaiting the snap. And I think we got to delay a game, so that's going to back him up 5 yards. The play clock expired. 2nd down still, and 16 yards to go for that first down. 5:28 to go until halftime. Meadowbrook trying to find a solution here for this defense that Cambridge has put out there tonight. Norman in the backfield this time, and they were going to try to run. Maybe it looked like a little reverse play. Norman in that wildcat look, and he got blown up in a hurry there by a host of Bobcats, and it's another loss all the way back to the 20-yard line. Now we got 3rd and about 20 yards to go here.
Yeah, trying to mix some things up and get maybe some more speed in the backfield or something there for Coach Norman, but that's the second time they've run that, and both times there's been some confusion in the backfield,
right,
and both times it's went for negative yards.
And when somebody that's not the quarterback, every play that gets back there and handles the football, all of a sudden, things can get crazy, and
things can speed up, things can get a little bit off balance. You're right. So 3rd and about 20 here for the Colts.
All right, Huey's got 4 receivers. See if he can find some time to throw the football. Pump fake, lets it fly. He's got a receiver. It's Norman that's out there, but nice defense. That was Braden Black, made a nice recovery. No, it wasn't Black. He was on offense. It was Reed Johnson made a nice play there. He was open. He had a couple steps, but Johnson made a nice play in closing and deflected the football there. And that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Colts.
Yeah, Reed Johnson's got some speed over there on the outside, too. And Nick Norman really is their biggest weapon there from the receiving core standpoint.
Right. Well, they're playing without Cam Morrison this week, too, who has been an integral part of their offense. And we saw him on crutches there earlier. So they're missing somebody that would really help them there. Clendenning gets the punt away. Nice kick. This time they managed not to get it to Barr for once, but just as bad here because, and here comes Feldner. He's running down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown on the punt return for Owen Feldner. All the way from midfield. Takes it to the house for another Cambridge touchdown. That makes it 41-0 here with 3:51 to play until halftime.
Wow. And there was just no defense back there to be able to, I don't know if they just didn't keep their lanes, but everybody seemed to be inside the hash marks there.
Once he got the corner turned, it was over with there.
Absolutely. Not only was his speed going to get him down the sideline, but he also had Barr out as the lead blocker, but there were no defenders there to put pressure on him.
Feldner, once he made the corner, he knew where he was headed. He was taking that one to the house. And another extra point here from Parsons, and the hold was good, the kick was good, and that makes it 42-0 with 3:51 to play until halftime. We'll take a quick commercial break here. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first.
Members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative love Southeast Ohio, where the hills roll, the roads are crooked, and the trees are plentiful. Keeping the lights on in our beautiful corner of the state is a challenge Guernsey Muskingum gladly accepts and works hard to accomplish. Safety and reliable electricity at a reasonable cost are always our top priorities. It's our way of keeping the lights on for all members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
I have other texts saying different.
Another Valentine Insurance kickoff here coming up for Cambridge as they lead this one 42-0 over Meadowbrook with 3:51 to play until halftime. Parsons getting a workout here between the kickoffs and the extra points. He's kicked the ball more tonight than he has in a long time, I bet.
If they have a soccer game tomorrow, he's going to be a little tired, I think.
Another really nice kick there all the way down to the 4-yard line. It's collected. Turns it upfield up to the 20, 25, 26-yard line. Out of bounds. I could not catch the number of who returned that one. Evan Dyer. The return. Nice kick, nice return. Meadowbrook's got 3:44 to go until halftime to try to make something here happen offensively. First down on, marked out at the 30-yard line.
I would guess they're probably going to try to get back to that run-pass option, try to get the linebackers to bite a little bit and then catch that receiver there in that little 5 to 7 yard area. I mean, that was really their most successful play so far on the offensive side.
Huey surveys the scene. He hands it off to Bop. Bop's got a little bit of room to his right, and there's a flag coming in, and that's probably going to be a holding call. Bop got a couple of yards out of it, and it is holding. You can see the motion over there from that line judge, and that's going to back Meadowbrook up once again in a situation they really do not want to be in right now.
Personal foul.
Oh, it wasn't holding, it was a face mask.
15-yard penalty.
Well, the line judge was signaling that it was on Meadowbrook.
Right, he pointed.
Did he? Yeah.
He pointed against to Meadowbrook, so it's surprising.
And he signaled holding too.
Right, and that's going to be a first down by penalty, and that's a W.B. Green Insurance first down for Meadowbrook as they're now out at their 46-yard line. Good field position here with still over 3 minutes to play. Huey hands it to Bop. He's bottled up inside, keeping his feet moving, and he manages to get maybe a yard or two before he's brought down by a host of Bobcat defenders. Going to be second down and 8 here. Clock running, 3:08 to play until half.
Bob has 8 carries on the night so far, 27 yards. We have 2 other guys, Nick Norman, again, those 2 times he was in the Wildcat, 2 rushes, -9 yards, and the quarterback Huey with -15.
Huey now back in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. Down to 5 on the play clock. Hands it to Bop again. He turns, tries to get upfield to his right, but nothing doing over there. He's met again by that defensive front. Cambridge doing such a nice job on both lines tonight, but just no room there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
And a timeout.
Got a timeout on the field. I can't.
Cambridge.
That was Cambridge, all right. Trying to get the football back.
Yep.
Cambridge not here to mess around tonight.
No, certainly not.
Got a 42-0 lead, and you're calling timeout in the hopes that you're going to get the football back. And as many plays as it's taken them to score, if they've got a minute, I think they've got enough time to score. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, they scored with 10 seconds in their second touchdown for the game.
Yeah, so we'll see what they can manage to do here because I have a feeling they're going to get it back. 3rd and 8. Meadowbrook would like to convert here just to keep the ball out of Cambridge's hands. John, we are in that territory when this second half begins. There will be a running clock in this football game. That 30-point deficit has been achieved. And as long as it stays over 30, that clock will keep running here in the second half. Meadowbrook here, 3rd and 7. Desperate to keep the ball out of Cambridge's hands. They need a first down. Huey back, runs, gets taken down for another sack, all the way back on his own 40-yard line. Just nobody to throw the football to, JV, and pressure got to him, and that's going to bring up a 4th and about 15 yards in another punting situation, although Cambridge did call another timeout, I believe.
Yeah, timeout on the field. That's, again, we just mentioned that's his 5th rush for minus 23 yards. Again, and it's all the defensive pressure, right? Cambridge has just been relentless so far on the defensive side of the ball.
And as you pointed out, Meadowbrook is not really that young on the line. That's been the surprise to me, because you see the youth in the skill positions,
right,
and the quarterback especially, but they've got some people they've got some seniors out there. They've got a couple of younger kids too, but at the same time, it's not like they're all freshmen and sophomores across the offensive line, and they're just not they're not able to block the front of Cambridge at all.
Yeah, and Cambridge is doing a good job of rotating new fresh legs in too. So now you see a couple guys that didn't even start the game in there now trying to put some more pressure on Huey. So they've done a good job of rotating and keeping fresh. And, let's be honest, these size schools, most of these kids are playing both ways anyway, so you got to give them a break when you can.
Now, Cambridge is lined up in a punt return, but Meadowbrook, they still got Huey out there. They're going to run an offensive play, it looks like. Huey's got it. He drops back. The little screen played over to the middle, jumped off. Nice cut up to the 50-yard line, all the way to the 49-yard line. Nice screen play, nice concept there. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage, but not enough for the first down, so Cambridge is going to get the ball back at the 49-yard line with 2:13 to play. And that is pretty good field position here for a high-powered Cambridge offense.
Oh, absolutely. With 2 minutes to go from midfield, with the skilled players that they have, I think Coach Leak, and with a timeout in your pocket too.
Still have a timeout, and that clock stops on every first down, or if you go out of bounds with it, it's going to stop. This is plenty of time for Cambridge to make some hay here, as they would say.
Yeah, certainly no reason to rush if you're Cambridge here.
Right, and I think with the senior quarterback, he's not going to get in any kind of stress here, so Moore surveys the defense. He's looking downfield. Now they've got him bottled up, and he runs back, and he manages to get rid of it. Ball loose and knocked away by Norman there. Moore did a great job. He was under some serious pressure there from Meadowbrook. Maybe the second time they've really got to him tonight. And Moore, all the way back at his 35, gets rid of it. Incompletion, so no harm there. 2nd and 10 for Cambridge. 3 receivers to the left for Moore this time. Moore's got it again. He looks down the middle. He's got Barr. Barr makes a man miss. Down to the 35, to the 30. Still on his feet. Finally wrestled to the ground by a host of Colt defenders at the 30-yard line. And that's another W.B Green Insurance first down for Cambridge, as they've got it down to the 30-yard line. Still a minute 53 to play as the clock stops for that timeout. Cambridge up to the line quickly. 5 receivers for Moore. Moore's going to throw it. Why not? He's been pretty good with it tonight. He gets it out for a nice little pickup there on first down of about 6 yards to Ogle. And he has picked up about 6 more there. That's going to be 2nd and 4 here for Cambridge. 1:40 to play, 42-0. Cambridge is looking to add on to that lead before the halftime.
Yeah, and good recognition by Devin Ogle to realize he didn't need to fight for another yard or two. Just use that sideline and get out of bounds.
Moore with the snap. Surveys the scene. He dumps it across the middle, and he's got another man for a touchdown. Another beautiful pitch and catch from Caden Moore. And that was to Xander Caldwell, who ran a nice little post pattern there. Moore, it looked like he had him in mind the entire way on that one.
Yeah, did a good job of looking the safety off, and again, that play across the middle down the seam has been working really well so far for Cambridge this season, and he's done it twice tonight.
Again, Parsons for the extra point. Snap good, hold good, kick good. Parsons with another extra point, and that's going to make it 49-0 here with 1:33 to play until half. And we'll take one more quick break here. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744.
Kicked it off.
Back for another Valentine Insurance kickoff here. John, you're getting your money's worth on this one tonight.
Pay big money for that sponsorship, brother. I want to hear you say it all night long.
Another kickoff here as Parsons is getting his workout as well. He's done a really nice job kicking the football. His kickoffs have been really, kicking it deep. The extra points has been no doubters. As I said, I came away really impressed with his leg last week.
He's moved over here to the middle. It looks like they're going to try an onside.
49-0, 1:33 to play. A little line drive that is finally. I thought he was on top of it, but he wasn't. It got away from the return team, but I do believe Meadowbrook fell on that football, so they're going to take possession on their own 37-yard line. A little different approach there, kind of a low liner.
Well, it was certainly a purposeful onside kick, if you will, because he always lines up on the left hash anyway. And so that was certainly by design.
All right, here. One more chance probably for Meadowbrook to try to get on the board before halftime. 49-0. Cambridge leads Meadowbrook here. 1:29 to go. 1st and 10 from their own 37.
So I've got a lot of listeners tuning in tonight, texting me, telling me what a great job we're doing, but we need some more to tell us where you're at, where you're listening from.
There's a handoff. That's going to be wrapped up. Not much gain there. 1 yard gain, maybe to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Beautiful Friday night. Everybody sitting around the campfire, listening to the county rivalry.
It's a lot more beautiful if you're a Cambridge fan right now because it's 49-0.
You know,
Meadowbrook not in a hurry here. I think they just want to get to the locker room.
They want to get out of here as quick as they can and try to regroup.
Huey hands it off. Bop makes a nice cut, turn on the left side. He gets it all the way to midfield. He won't go down. He's finally tackled by a couple of Bobcats all the way down at the 47-yard line, and that's going to be a W.B Green Insurance first down for the Colts. 37 seconds to play until halftime. They're on the Cambridge side of the field, so if you're going to try to get one in the end zone, maybe you take a shot here, John. It's 37 seconds. You finally got some decent field position here.
Yeah, and Cambridge gave you that great field position with an onside kick attempt. But yeah, take what the defense is going to give you. The Cambridge is backing up a little bit and giving more of a soft zone and giving them that underneath stuff. That's why Bop just ran for 15 yards there. So if you can get one more of those, you've got 2 timeouts remaining. Use the sideline. You can certainly get 40 yards here in 37 seconds.
Once again, our second quarter is brought to you by Galaxy Pizza. We have a host of fine sponsors for tonight's game, including West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Wayne Garage Door Sales, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RV, Guernsey County Children's Services, Bruder Land Company, Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Papa John's, W.B Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, Abels, and AMG Vanadium. That's one I do not know. I have to find out about that one. Huey lets one go. He's got a receiver out there, but in coverage, and it falls incomplete at about the 15-yard line. Nice air under that one. Gave his receiver a chance, but again, just couldn't make the connection. Going to be 2nd down and 10 still for the Colts.
Again, pretty good coverage there by Eli Edwards.
Pretty
the newcomer. to the football team. Eli's first time out for football here in high school.
Okay.
Having a good season so far for the Cats.
.30 seconds to play here. Meadowbrook trying to get on the board before halftime. 2nd and 10 from the Cambridge 47-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Huey rolling to his right. Lofts it, and it's out of bounds, incomplete on about the 37-yard line. And a penalty flag flies once again, and it's going to be an illegal man downfield against the Colts. And the Cambridge staff over here trying to decide if they're going to accept that penalty. And I think they declined that one, so that's going to, they'd rather take the down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10, 22 seconds to go. Meadowbrook last gasp here before the halftime to try to get on the board. Trips receivers to the left. Huey's got Bop in the backfield with him. Cambridge brings a lot of heat. Nice throw across the middle, Bill, and that is, he did catch that. That was Norman. That was a nice catch. I thought that the way the defense reacted, they knocked it away, but Norman came up with it. And that's going to be 4th and 2 now with 15 seconds to play down at the 39-yard line. That was a nice throw. One of the best throws he's made tonight. He had a little zip on that one.
Yeah, right on target and had some mustard on it, and credit Nick Norman for going up and getting it under some duress too, because the defenders, actually 2 defenders there to try to break it up.
I thought the way they reacted too, they knocked it away.
Right, but Norman came away with it. That's Norman's first catch in 4 attempts, actually 5 attempts. I'm sorry, he's had 5 balls thrown to him, but really that's the only one he's had an option to be able to come down with because of the defense that the Cats have been playing tonight. So now you got a little bit of a situation here. Only 15 seconds left, but you got 4th and 3, a long 3. You know, obviously you have to get the first down, stop the clock, but more importantly, you have to get the first down here, right?
And they've got 2 timeouts left, so they do need to pick up this first down. Huey hands it off, and he's not going to get it. That was Bob, I believe, and he has driven back. That's a loss of a yard all the way. That's going to be at the 40-yard line. Cambridge with a stop there. Little pep in their step as they come off the field. And Meadowbrook turns the ball over on downs. And again, Cambridge, 9 seconds to play from their own 40. Are they going to try to? I mean, Caden Moore has just had the touch tonight. I mean, you got Barr, who's already went up and grabbed one where he high pointed it and brought it down, and they've got 5 receivers out there, and I think we got 5 go patterns, and they're going to try to get one more score before the half.
Yeah, find out which one has single coverage on them and go for it.
9 seconds to play. Could be the last play of the first half. As we said, Moore's got 5 receivers in the pattern. Steps up. He's got some rush on him, and they bring him down. Nice play there. They brought Caden Moore down from behind, and that's going to end the first half. 49-0. Cambridge has had their way with Meadowbrook as they lead 49-0 at halftime. We'll be back with a few things for halftime. We'll have some bands. We've got all kinds of things that go on at a high school football game. You get to see if you're watching on our YouTube, or you get to listen to John and I on the radio. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes here. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
You're headed to work, and as you pull out, you notice your garage door has a broken spring, or a loose cable, a roller that's jumping the track, or some damage from your teenager who's still learning to drive. No worries. The professionals at Wayne Garage Door can provide quality service fast when you need it. And because you're busy, we make it easy to schedule a service call. Just go to waynedoor.com on your phone and request a visit from one of our skilled technicians. We'll get you on the schedule right away, and you'll experience peace of mind before you reach the office. Wayne Garage Door, service when you need it.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford online at doanford.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. W.B Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. W.B Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford online at doanford.com.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons' Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Ducks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
Back in Cambridge here, the Bobcats hold a 49-0 lead over Meadowbrook here in the first half. Meadowbrook has really struggled to move the football. They haven't got much done defensively either, but just been a rough night here, a game that Cambridge has really dominated from the beginning of the football game, and they lead this one 49-0. Scoring plays here. We'll go through that real quick to start off. Caden Moore, 62-yard pass to Davion Barr. Caden Moore, a 54-yard pass to Feldner, and that made it 14-0. Caden Moore, a 20-yard pass to Ogle with 2:37 left in the first quarter, and that made it 21-0. Second quarter scoring, another 10-yard touchdown pass to Davion Barr, and another Caden, this time a 7-yard. The next score was a 7-yard rush by Caden Moore, and that made it 35-0. Next scoring play after that, a 54-yard punt return by Owen Feldner made it 42-0 with that extra point. And then the last score there was a 30-yard pass to Caldwell, to Xander Caldwell, and that made it 49-0. Cambridge has scored every time they touched the ball except for their very last possession there, which only took place with, 15 seconds left.
One play, 15 seconds.
So they really didn't have too much time there, but they scored every time they touched it. They've done it, Caden Moore it's been the Caden Moore show. He's thrown the ball well, he's run it well. You got somebody like that running the show, you're going to be successful. And I'll turn it over to JV here for some stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, nothing new. For the season coming into today, Moore was 32 for 38, 451, 7 TDs, and no picks. right? And that's coming into tonight.
That's coming in.
He's going to add to that total a little bit
Adding to
because
that, yeah.
he's 14 for 15, 288, and 5 scores in one half. That was a season for me. And he
One
did it
one incompletion.
One incompletion.
What's wrong with him?
Wow.
One incompletion.
He's just not trying hard enough. But he's also, again, he's also the leading rusher for the Cats coming into tonight, too, on the season with 28 attempts, 128, 5 yards. But he's the only one that's run the ball tonight for Cambridge, too. 5 rushes for 17 yards, and a score there, that one score there, that little 7-yarder. So he has certainly been the difference offensively. Now, that being said, his receivers have made him look really good, too.
Yes.
They have been wide open the entire night, and that's Davion Barr with 2 scores out of his 6 catches for 113 yards. He had that big one there, the second play of the game, a 61-yarder. Owen Feldner with 2 big receptions too. One of them was a TD, a 54-yarder. He's got 2 receptions, 85 yards. Devin Ogle has a score. He's got 3 receptions, 40 yards. Trey Stottsbury has 1 for 16, and Xander Caldwell has 2 for 34, 1 being a score. So he's hitting multiple receivers, which is nothing new. Cambridge has 5-6 different guys at their disposal, and he's hit 4 different receivers for touchdowns tonight. So he has definitely been on tonight. Again, credit Cambridge's receivers for getting to their spots, finding the openings, and for Caden for getting the ball. On the flip side, not much to talk about offensively for Meadowbrook. I mean, Sam Bopp has been really the offense so far for Meadowbrook. He's rushed for 12 rushes for 42 yards. However, as a team, they've rushed 19 times for only 10 yards. So obviously if he's got 42 of them, you know that everybody else is in the negative. So, it's been a struggle for Meadowbrook offensively, and Huey through the air is 3 for 7, 24 yards. Nick Norman has 1 reception for 8, Bopp 1 for 10, and Cooper McManaway 1 for 6. And the difference has been Cambridge is defensive line. They have been pressuring Huey the entire night, making him very uncomfortable, getting rid of the ball quickly, or just having him running, and that's why he's negative from a rushing standpoint. So Cambridge's defensive line is doing a great job, and really you got to credit their defensive back too, because Huey has thrown the ball deep several times.
But there's been good coverage.
And it's been
every
good coverage,
time,
right. So, the game plan for Cambridge is to come in and play quick and play physical, and that certainly has been the case in the first half.
Right. Our halftime report here brought to you by Stoney's RV. We appreciate them sponsoring our halftime report. And again, it's just been, just lightning struck. I mean, there's 3 plays, 2 touchdowns for Cambridge to start the football game. So they're up 14-0, just boom, boom. The worst thing that could happen for Meadowbrook, the worst kind of start that they could experience. And then from that point, Cambridge has just used that momentum to keep building. 49-0, and I don't see any let up in the Bobcats. This is a rivalry game, and they've been frustrated. They've lost 4 in a row here to Meadowbrook, and I think they would like to pay it back tonight. So,
onside kicking when you're up 49-0. I guess that 42. That tells you that they are definitely going to try to make up for a little bit tonight. But Cambridge has looked great. The offensive game plan has worked to perfection. Meadowbrook's just a little bit outmanned tonight. I mean, you can see that from the get-go that Cambridge came out ready to play, and Meadowbrook is coming out. You're down 49-0. What do you do offensively? What's your mindset as a coach? And at this particular point, you got to build, right? You got to look. You never want to look forward to next week, but you got to get your kids a little bit of confidence, right? Get them to move the ball, get some yardage, get your quarterback a little bit more comfortable. So stick to your game plan, because you knew all that work you put in for the game plan. You know that it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
So you got to find some comfortability. Running the ball, getting some guys involved, and just try to get some success. Get on the scoreboard, get something moving so that you can get some traction moving into the fourth quarter, and or to get you some traction moving into next week.
Again, our halftime report brought to you by Stoney's RV. There's a couple other games on the AVC Sports Network tonight. There's 4 games altogether. Morgan is playing at Philo. That's the Nash Icon 107.9 to 98.5. Buckeye Trail is at Barnesville, that's on 93 BBN, and then Waterford is at Shenandoah, and that's on KC 105. Now, by all means, keep listening to John and I, but if you'd like some other entertainment, those are games that are also available on the AVC networks tonight. Once again, Stoney's RV, our halftime sponsor. We're going to turn it over to the band here a little bit and also run some more spots. So we'll take a quick break here, and you're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
With this 2013 smash hit being the first single by a female to exceed more than 3 billion views on YouTube and reaching #1 spot on the Billboard chart, the marching band presents to you Katy Perry's Roar. This season, the marching band welcomes the nationally recognized Cambridge High School dance team under the direction of Jennifer Lorenz and assisted by Ashley McCauley, Jaden Carpenter, and Carly Gebhardt. The band will be performing under the direction of Field Commander Brielle Arnold. This is Bang Bang.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77, Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
They were there for us, and this Veterans Day we're giving back. This is Russ Abels from Abels Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We've partnered with Amana to give new furnaces to 2 local heroes in need. Whether they're active duty, a veteran, or a surviving spouse, if you know someone who could use help staying warm this winter, tell us. See the details and make your nomination by October 21st at heatforourheroes.com and help Abel serve those who served us.
Ducks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Here's a quick check of your Coshocton City Tire Pros scoreboard. In the third quarter right now, Barnesville leading Buckeye Trail 28-7. At the half, Morgan over Philo 7-0. Cambridge beating Meadowbrook at the half 49-0. Shenandoah over Waterford 12-7 at the half. New Lex ahead of John Glenn 20-7 at the half. Fort Fry over Zanesville 33-6 at the half. Coshocton over Maysville 12-10 at the half. Union Local ahead of Martins Ferry 35-6. That game also at the half. Logan and Sheridan all tied up in the third quarter at 7. Riverview over Crooksville 16-0. That game is at the half right now. Caldwell ahead of Strasburg Franklin 54-0. And River ahead of Monroe Central right now 35-8.
Back in Cambridge here, halftime score, Cambridge Bobcats 49, Meadowbrook Colts 0. Halftime again sponsored by Stoney's RV.
Football, wrestling, and track and field.
Many sponsors for tonight's game. Among those included West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Wayne Garage Door Sales, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RV, 209 Tire and Mass Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, Bruner Land Company, Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company, Papa John's, W.B. Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, Abels Incorporated, and AMG Vanadium. Thanks again for all those sponsors, and please patronize those sponsors if you can. They're supporting high school sports and the broadcast of high school sports on the family of AVC stations. John, we're speculating what's going to happen here in the second half, and as you said, you get in the locker room at halftime, and as a coach, you're trying to find something to build on. We need something. We need a scrap of something that we can build on. And this is one where if you're on the Meadowbrook staff, you're just trying to convince your kids, hey, it's nothing to nothing. We want to try to do what we can to try to win the second half. Or, maybe if it's not winning the second half, it's, we want to string together at least 3 or 4 first downs. They got to do something that they can build and just try to get something going, because it's a tough situation. The kids know the score, so it's really hard for you to come up with a way to motivate your kids to keep playing and try to make themselves better here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's built on, as you said, your successes. Go to what's working. Go to your leaders on the field and convince them to get the younger guys to get moving and find something that you can build on. As I thought, what they should do kind of early on is hit those short, quick passes. They did against Barnesville last week, and they were successful early on in that game. And, with the pressure that Cambridge is giving them, I think that's really the only option that they have. But, again, they need to find something that they can build on, get some traction. And you said win the half. Win the quarter, man. Win the quarter. Let's start with baby steps. Win the quarter, and then now we can win the half, right? So, they got their hands full for sure, but you got to find something to get your kids comfortable and a little bit of confidence, building in really for the rest of the season. Look, this is only week 3, so you got a lot of time to improve as the season goes on, and that's the message you got to start right now.
Right, and then, in the MVL, they're in the small school division, so they're going to have, some opportunities where, they're going to play some people that they're going to, they'll probably be in their own minds favored to win the game, because they've got a couple of, they're playing in the small school, so they've got, they're going to have Crooksville later on, so. West M has much improved, that's for sure. But again, it's year in and year out. It's just not going to be the physical and just the athletes that Cambridge is throwing at them tonight. And I did think they ran a little screenplay there that was successful for them. They had a really nice gain on, and that does help alleviate some of that pressure that Cambridge has been putting on them. But on both sides here, offensively, Caden Moore has just been unbelievably impressive. It's not just to one receiver. He's spreading the ball around. He's made good decisions when he's run the football. When you have somebody that's experienced and has all that talent and has weapons to throw to, it is a really, really dangerous situation for the defense that's facing them, because Caden Moore has not made a poor decision tonight.
No.
He just hasn't.
Right, and this is his 3rd year as a starter, and as I mentioned earlier, you could see, if you've been watching Cambridge football for the last 3 years since he's been around, you can see his improvement each year. He made a lot more bad decisions as a sophomore. He tried to force the ball a lot more than he had to, cut his interceptions down to half of what he had as a sophomore last year. So that alone tells you that his decision-making is getting better, right? But he was still trying to force the ball into some places and trying a little bit too hard to make a play when he didn't have to. And then all of a sudden, so far this year, you see a total improvement even from last year. And he had a great year last year. I mean, he's the record holder for career yardage as a Cambridge quarterback and for career touchdowns as well. So, and that's 3 games into the season of his senior season. So he's going to continue to work hard. He's a hard worker. He's a tough kid. Nobody works harder than he does. And you could see that he's got a total command of the offense, and he's reading defenses better. You can see him communicating pre-snap to his receivers when he sees something that he can take advantage of, and that's what it makes Coach Leake's job a heck of a lot easier when you know you've got a quarterback that you can trust to not only run your offense, but run it efficiently and smartly, right? And of course, it also helps to have those receivers at your disposal, too.
And those guys have just had a heyday tonight. And the one that, it looks like every time he touches it, to me, Davion Barr is just going to go to the house with it. I mean, he's back there returning punts, or, he's made a couple of really nice catches. I mean, he's scored on a couple of touchdown passes. I mean, he has some serious ability, some big play capability. And then, you got Feldner is the same way. He had a nice punt return for a touchdown. They have lots of weapons, and it's just, it's a really fun football team to watch because they do have so many ways that they can beat you.
Yeah, certainly from the offensive side, and the area that I thought that they need to improve on is, the offensive line. Even though we've got 3 starters back, we're undersized basically in every game that they're in. And so they need to make sure that they're quick enough and hold their blocks a little bit longer. So we thought that might be a little bit of an area of a concern, even though the 3 starters back. But defensively, they have to replace a couple guys there in the middle linebacker and replacing Caden Kenworthy. And, there were a couple spots there that they had to improve upon as well. And again, because the defensive line, much like the offensive line, is undersized, you got to use that quickness. And so far, in the 3 games that Cambridge has played, that defensive line has been stellar. Moving Connor Mobilini from the linebacker spot to that defensive end adds so much more quickness. Connor can get in that backfield. He's a tough kid too. Nobody's going to push him around anyway. But he's going to. So he's putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback from that perspective. So, overall, that was the area I thought the Cats were going to need to improve upon. And so far, they've only given up 7 points in 2.5 games. So at this particular juncture, they certainly have proven that they've improved in that area.
Well, I'm just watching Parsons out here warm up. He just attempted a field goal from the 40-yard line, which would make it a 50-yard attempt. He didn't quite have enough leg, but I mean, you've got quite a weapon there as a place kicker here for this football team, too. And he's not even been needed, to be honest, other than the extra points.
Yeah, Cambridge has been blessed with some really, really good kickers over the, 10, 15 years since we've instituted the soccer program. And every year there's been a soccer kid that has come over and been consistently good. And Lucas has improved really a lot over the last couple of years since he's taken over that role.
Little scoreboard update here from J&S Tree Services. Barnesville was leading Buckeye Trail 21-7. Union Local 35. Martins Ferry 6. Coshocton was leading Maysville 12-10. Morgan 7. Philo's nothing at halftime. And Shenandoah was leading Waterford 12-7. And again, you've got some games on Shenandoah Waterford's on KC 105. Buckeye Trail is on 93 BVN. Morgan Philo on Nash Icon. Cambridge going to kick it off here in the second half. You remember they took the ball to start the game, so they're going to be kicking this one off. Parsons again with another Valentine Insurance kickoff. We'll start our third quarter here, which is brought to you tonight by Papa John's Pizza. Parsons got it over there on that left hash, which to me means he's going to try to put that draw down in there to the corner. And he approaches and lets it fly, and again and he's going to kick that one out of bounds. That's the only thing that I've seen him do wrong. He did that last week one time, kicked it out of bounds. That's an automatic penalty, and where do you spot that, John? That's the 35, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah, it'll come out to the 35.
Comes out to the 35. So Meadowbrook here, their first possession of the second half, going to start on the 35-yard line. $49-0 as we start the second half, and the clock is moving down to 11:30 here, as that clock's going to keep moving as long as play is taking place. Anybody goes out of bounds, a running clock just means exactly what it is. It's going to keep running in the second half. Huey hands it to Bob. Bob bounces it out to his right, and he gets out to about the 41-yard line. A nice pickup there on first down. And that's going to bring up, they're going to mark that at about the 40-yard line. So 5-yard pickup for Bob. Going to bring up 2nd and 5 here for the Colts on their first possession of this third quarter. Once again brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Masterfully got all the sponsors in really quickly there, Jamie.
And that's pretty impressive because there's a lot of them on that list tonight.
All right, Huey this time going to run it himself, and he gets it out to about the 46-yard line, put his head down and got a little yardage extra there and made that first down marker all the way out to the 46-yard line. So Meadowbrook going to record a first down here to start this drive, and that's something they desperately needed to get a little flow going offensively.
Yeah, especially 2 plays, 11 yards. That's exactly what Coach Norman wanted coming out of the locker room here to start the second.
All right, Huey once again almost got Cambridge to jump, but they're again talking to each other on the defensive line. Hey, let's be disciplined. Huey claps the hands it to Bop again. Bop bounces it out to the right. He's got some running room, and he gets it up over midfield, and he's going to be marked out right at the midfield stripe. A nice pickup of 4 yards there for Bop, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Colts. 9:50 now in the third quarter. Bobcats lead Colts 49-0.
That's Bop's 14th carry on the night for 51 yards for the Colts.
Huey still in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Now he's got 1 in motion. A little extra blocking help perhaps. Snaps back. He hands it to Bop. Bop puts his head down. Burrows forward, shoots through a little gap there. I thought they had him down, but he got a few more extra yards all the way out to the 45-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and very short 3rd and a yard here for the Colts.
Yeah, they've definitely found something off of that right side, that stretch play, and Bop has been able to find that corner. Again, he's not a real big guy, so he can hide behind a lot of those big linemen.
He did there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, did a nice job. And again, 3rd and 1 here for the Colts. I would anticipate to see another Bop carry. He's had a nice little start here to the second half. They bring him up more like in a blocking position, and now he's going to block for Huey. He takes it, heads up field, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards, and that's going to be another first down for Meadowbrook. It's going to be spotted down at the 42-yard line. Huey did a nice job finding a little gap there and got through it, made enough yards to pick up that first down. It's hard as a defense to keep that intensity that you had in the first half, but I think the closer they get to the goal line, the more Cambridge kids are going to get a little pride in what's going on. Nice little run-pass option there. Huey jumps up and throws it to Norman. Norman, who takes it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Nice pitch and catch. Little run-pass option. They've tried that a couple times, but they've had penalties called, John, with that illegal man downfield.
Yeah, and that's the play that I was speaking to earlier that they need to make sure that they can get to. They ran that several times last week for success.
All right, Huey got 2 receivers to his right. He's got Bop in the backfield. Bop gets pretty deep, could be a handoff to him, and it is. Nope, Huey kept it. Nice little option for him, and he finds some yardage, and he takes it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Nice fake, nice. That's a really nice work by your quarterback. I mean, he's really got some skills. He had that in there. He took it away from Bop and made some yardage on his own. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 here for Meadowbrook. Clock moving, 7:11 to play in the third quarter. 49-0. Cambridge leads Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook not in a real hurry. Trying to keep some consistency here in this possession. They'd like to get in the end zone and get some points on the board. Direct snap to Norman. He's got some room to his right. He picks his way around the corner and gets all the way down to about the 15-yard line, 16-yard line, and there's going to be one of those frustration penalties. And that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Meadowbrook. A little bit of extra pushing and shoving over there on that sideline when the play ended. And they're calling that on Huey. So I don't know how the quarterback got over there and got involved in it. I think he was blocking because of the direct snap to Norman on that play.
Yep.
So that's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 33-yard line. And this is what I was talking about in the pregame. They've had some situations, some drives where they've moved the football well, and then there's a self-inflicted penalty of some sort, or maybe it's a turnover. And again, that's just unnecessary. I know it's a rivalry game, and emotions run high, but at the same time, we've finally got a drive going. We got a chance to score some points. We can't do anything goofy here. And they're going to call a timeout, so we'll take a quick break as well. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Back to McFarland Field here, third quarter. Once again brought to you by Papa John's. Meadowbrook driving this time. Made a couple first downs here in this possession. Their first possession here the second half. And with that running clock, we're already down to 5:41 to play here in the third quarter. So again, Meadowbrook searching for some pay dirt here. They'd like to get on the board of 49-0 in favor of the Bobcats right now. Meadowbrook, though, facing a third and a bundle here. Third and about 22 from their own, or from the Cambridge 33-yard line. And this is definitely two-down territory here at this point in the ball game.
For sure.
Huey gets the snap. He rolls to his right. And I thought he was going to try a throwback, but he lofts it downfield to nobody. That's out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth down. I thought he was going to try to throw it back to his left, is what it was looking like.
They were looking for that screen, like they had some success on there at the end of the first half, and the Cats read it pretty well, so they were covering him up, and he was just throwing the ball away.
Good decision there, probably, and now fourth down and a bunch here still, 4th and 22. Meadowbrook not in a punting situation here. They're going for this one.
And now you see the importance of that penalty.
Right.
Wow.
Now, got two receivers to his right, two to his left. Bop in the backfield. Pass fake. Pressure right in his face. He lofts it up, and it's caught all the way down at the 20-yard line, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. He just had to get rid of it. He had a man in his face. Out there, he had Evan Dyer, who made the catch and avoided a defender, but couldn't quite get to that first down marker, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Colts. First down, Cambridge on the 19-yard line, I believe is where they marked that. 4:39 to play here in the third quarter.
And actually the ball was, he had pressure on him. And
Sure did.
The contact in the backfield caused the ball to flutter up in the air. That was not how he was trying to throw the ball. So, great play by Dyer to make an adjustment, come back and get it.
Dyer made a really nice adjustment there. Okay, Caden Moore back running the show again. He's in the shotgun. Nothing but receivers out there, and he gets it over to Davion, and he tries to make a move, and he is dragged down. Nice open field tackle there. And that was Noah Farley with a nice open field tackle on Davion Barr. That's one where you think Barr is going to really pick up some yardage there, and nice open field tackle.
Yeah, he tried to, didn't read his block real well. He should have cut that back up and may have got a couple.
Moore hands it to Stottsbury. That's the first time we've said that tonight, isn't it, John?
It
Stottsbury
is.
with a carry. It's either been Moore throwing it or running it. Stottsbury with a nice pickup there. Got about 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 5 or 6 here. 3:41 to play here in the third quarter. Moore surveys the scene. Snaps back. He's looking downfield. A little bit of pressure. He takes off and runs, and I don't think he's going to get to the – he did get to the first down marker. I didn't think he was going to, but he made it. Good decision there by Caden to tuck it and run. Got it out to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a first down. Another W.B. Green Insurance first down for Cambridge as they're now to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:12 to go in the third quarter. Stottsbury in the backfield with Moore. Another handoff to Stottsbury. He picks his way to his right. He gets out onto about the 40-yard line. Nice run there from Stottsbury. He bounced it out. It really wasn't much going where he originally was started, but he bounced it out to the right and picked up about 9 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 1 for the Bobcats.
And no concern about running to the sideline there, since we do have that running clock. Running out of bounds will not stop that clock.
Exactly. Moore hands it. No, fakes it to Stottsbury. He lets that one fly, and that's going to be a first down all the way out to midfield. And that was caught by Devin Ogle, and that's going to give Cambridge another W.B. Green Insurance first down out at midfield. 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Bobcats once again on the move. Caden Moore keeps throwing it, and his receivers keep catching it.
Yep,
one incompletion tonight.
Nice and patient, taking what the defense is giving him.
Moore looking over the defense. Stottsbury in motion. Moore gets it out to Barr. Barr turns upfield. He gets to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Bobcats by Davion Moore. And again, that big play capability, once he turned the corner, he was gone.
No doubt about it at all. He made one guy miss, made a great move to make one guy miss after about 5 or 6 yards, and then just got to the corner, and you can say goodbye. Nobody was going to catch him.
1:45 to play here in the third quarter. Good snap, good hold, and Parson with another extra point, and that's going to make it 56-0. Cambridge leads with 1:45 to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Parsons has it teed up on the hash again. Getting ready for another Valentine Insurance kickoff. JV getting his money's worth tonight.
Never get sick of hearing you say that, brother.
And he gets the foot into it, and it's going to get caught down on the 13-yard line. Picking his way out to the 20, 25, hauled down at the 26-yard line. And that was Dyer once again on the return all the way out to the 27-yard line.
Big stick there by David Acton, the sophomore.
Looked like he was going to have a little more room there, but he went backwards once he made the hit. So nice play there on the kick return, on the kick coverage there. And Meadowbrook going to be 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Clock starts. Still got Huey in the backfield. Bop with him. Hands off to Bop. Bop down his right. Might pick up a yard or two. Refuses to go down. He's dragging some tacklers. They finally get him and shove him back, but he made it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Pick up about 3. Little tempers flaring there here once the tackle was made, but nice little pickup there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Colts. Less than a minute to play here in the third quarter. Cambridge leading this one 56-0.
Again, the Colts working that right side of their offensive line for success.
Huey got a couple of people in the backfield with him this time. He's got Bop and he's got McManaway. McManaway moving forward like he's going to help block. He does. Nice fake to Bop. Huey finds a receiver and it's caught. and stepped out of bounds right out about the 44-yard line was Nick Norman.
Completes the pass to Norman. Edwards on the coverage.
Norman, nice little out pattern there. Huey rolled to his right, made a nice throw on the move. Nice first down, and that's W.B. Green Insurance first down for Meadowbrook as they move the ball to the 44-yard line.
That's Norman's third catch for 43 yards on the night.
Boy, that came up on us in a hurry. End of the third quarter. Cambridge leads Meadowbrook 56-0. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Once again, here's a quick check of your Coshocton City Tire Pros scoreboard. In the third quarter, Morgan leading Philo 7-6. Burnsville beating Buckeye Trail 28-7 in the third quarter. New Lex over John Glenn right now in the third, 20-7. Caldwell beating Strasburg Franklin right now at the half, 54-0. And River over Monroe Central at the half, 41-8.
Back in Cambridge here for the fourth quarter. 56-0. Our score here as Cambridge they scored early and often. And with the running clock, that third quarter just really in real time, boy, that went fast. And it surprised me when they were walking off the field. Like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the third quarter. 56-0 here. Meadowbrook, though, got a first down on their own 44-yard line, trying to get something happening here on offense before this one can get wrapped up. Huey in the backfield. Steps, throws it out quick, but that's dropped. Dyer dropped that ball, kind of thrown a little bit low, but that's that pass I think that John Valentine suggested they needed to go to, is that quick throw. Try to get it out to your receiver in some space and let him make some yardage, but Dyer couldn't come up with it. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 here for Meadowbrook. Clock moving, 11:25 to play in this one. Huey got 3 receivers to his left. And that's going to be a legal procedure. I saw that right tackle move right before the snap.
Just leaning enough
So
the
did
official saw it.
So did the guys in the stripes. They saw it too. So now that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15 yards, and that ball is now marked on the 39.
5th penalty for 50 yards on the night for Meadowbrook.
How many did Cambridge have in the first half there, John? That was way too many
Yeah,
for them.
seven.
They had
Yeah, seven in the
half.
first half.
All right, Huey takes a look. Snap to him. Pressure, they're going to try to throw that screen back, and they get it over there, but not much happening. They try to do that where he rolls to his right and then throws it back to his left. And that was over to McManaway, and he didn't get much there. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Actually lost 2 yards.
Did he
on
lose
that
a couple
play.
of yards?
He
Yeah,
did.
he did. Back to the 37, so it's going to be 3rd and 17 now. Huey's got 4 receivers out there. Bop in the backfield with him. And he did get Cambridge to jump again. That's going to be offsides, and I think he's done that at least 3 times I can think of where he's got Cambridge to jump. And that's going to make a substitution on the defensive line.
Again, you keep doing it, we're going to get somebody else in there.
Yeah, so. All right, 3rd and a little bit more manageable, down to 3rd and 12 now. Huey in the shotgun, 4 receivers. Looking over to the coaches, trying to get the call. 18 seconds still on the play clock, brings Bop up closer. Pump fake, lets it fly down the sideline. Good position there by the defense. McManaway was running a little go pattern, but nice defensive coverage back there. Trying to get a look at who that was.
Mayo, Isaiah Mayo.
Okay, Isaiah Mayo, nice coverage there, stride for stride with the receiver. 8:50 to play here as the clock continues to move.
It looks like we have a penalty in the backfield. Looks like roughing the passer.
Well, that's going to
On
be
the
a
Cats.
first down, I
That will be
believe.
a first down.
Penalty gives the Colts first down.
Cambridge.
100 yards in penalties for the Cats.
Well, I know they're going to win, but that's one thing that the coaches are going to be happy that they won, but they're also going to be unhappy with the amount of penalties.
Yeah, especially when it was a point of emphasis this
Right.
week. And listening to Coach Leake's pregame podcast with Cambridge alum Matt Haynes, saying that was one area we got to clean up, and actually it went the opposite direction.
Did not realize Matt Haynes was a Cambridge alum.
He is.
Nice keeper there from Huey as he gets some positive yardage all the way down to the 37-yard line. And they're saying there's a fumble there. I didn't see it hit the ground, but somebody must have wrestled it away from Huey. And that's going to be a turnover, and Cambridge is going to take over on their own 36-yard line. Didn't see Huey lose it. Huey lose it.
Huey and Lewis in the news.
I almost said
didn't see
Huey
him
Lewis, you know. They must have just taken it from him there. So
Man,
it's
there's
gonna
a lot of bodies piled up there.
Yes, there
so
was.
Hard for us to see the ball.
Hard for us to see. Clock moving now. 7:45 to go in the ball game. Caden Moore still out there running the show.
And a few new bodies in the game for the Cats.
I think Moore might be handing this ball off some more here. And he gets that one to Stotsberry. Stotsberry turns to pick his way forward, and he gains about one there.
Stotsberry straight ahead.
I thought we might see a little bit more of Stotsberry running the football tonight, but he hasn't had that many opportunities because Moore's just been that good throwing the football. Again, 2nd and 9. Down to 7 minutes to go in this one. Moore fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, puts his head down, and burrows up to about the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 3, going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Bobcats. We might have an injured player down. He gets up. That's good to see. We've been injury-free tonight, JV. That's good.
Absolutely. Let's keep it that way.
Yes, sir. 3rd and 6 from the 40-yard line. Moore's got it. Throws. Complete. 1st down. All the way out past midfield. And that was Ogle again. Ogle with another reception. Did a nice job getting a few extra yards. Got it out to the Meadowbrook 48-yard line on their side of the field. Going to be 1st down and 10. 6 minutes to go. Cambridge quickly to the line. Moore talking to Stotsberry. Stotsberry probably saying, hey, give me a shot with this one. And he does. He hands it to Stotsberry. Stotsberry finds the hole, picks up about 3 yards all the way down to the 45. Going to be 2nd and 7 for Cambridge. Stotsberry's like, hey, man, give me a chance here.
Everybody else has been in the end zone but me.
Everybody's scoring tonight. I got to have a chance of one of those. So.
Stotsberry, 4 rushes, 18 yards so far.
Nice average for him. Moore in the backfield again. Hands it, nope, fakes it to Stotsberry, and he dumps it off to the other Stotsberry, and he takes it down and loses the football. Fumbled it out of bounds, though, and that's all the way down to the 37-yard line. And that's another W.B Green Insurance 1st down for Cambridge, down to the 37-yard line.
Bo Stotsberry's 1st reception on the night.
1st down on a 37. Moore's got it. He's going to run now. He flips it out there. And that was a forward pass, and almost breaking that, getting all the way down to the 25-yard line. That was Bo Stotsberry again. 2 catches in a row for Bo. He's got it down to the 25, and that's another, I can't even spit it out now. W.B Green Insurance 1st down. 4.5 minutes to go now. Cambridge down to the 25-yard line of Meadowbrook. Moore puts his man in motion. Going to hand it to him. That's Caldwell, and he turns upfield and gets it to about the 22-yard line.
But we do have a flag in the area of holding.
And it is holding. The man in the white hat immediately says it's holding, and we're going to bring that one back.
Gene doesn't miss too many out there.
That clock continues to roll now, just under 4 minutes to play as they mark this penalty back. It's going to be all the way back here at the 34-yard line. So first down and a bunch. Close to 20, we'll call it 19. Moore surveys the field. They can't get any pressure on him. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He throws it deep. He's got a receiver down there, and it is caught by Bo Stotsberry all the way down at the 2-yard line or even 1-yard line. Just kind of threw it up there, and I guess when things are going well, things are going well. Cambridge to the line quickly. Maybe Stotsberry gets his chance here. Moore, he's going to keep it himself. He follows Stotsberry, who blocks for him, and Moore punches it into the end zone for yet another Cambridge touchdown, and that's going to make it 62-0. Caden Moore with a little 2-yard run of his own. 62-0, pending this extra point from Lucas Parson. Clock moving. Hold is good. Snap was good. Kick good as well. 63-0 now. Cambridge leads Meadowbrook with 3:06 to play in this game. And we'll take one last break here in the regulation. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Start thinking about outdoor project season. That's where J&S Tree Care Services can help. Whether it's hauling, cutting, trimming, removals, stump grinding, leaf and debris cleanup, or any other timber project, nothing is too far away, too big, or too small. J&S Tree Care Services can do it all. Find us on Facebook at JS Tree Care Services and call me, Jeanette, or my husband, Steve, for a free quote at 740-260-6603.
Back in Cambridge here for the final 3:06 of this one. Cambridge leads Meadowbrook 63-0. Meadowbrook going to kick off here again. Another John Valentine Insurance kickoff. As you said, we need to start thinking about the play of the game, and that's presented by the Guernsey County Children's Services and also the drive of the game.
Jeez, how do you pick that one?
I know, that's tough. That's tough. Got some pressure on us tonight in this one. So
I always put that pressure on BK. I just keep tracking the stats. He makes all those decisions.
Oh, my goodness.
So have fun, brother.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. All right, Parsons going to kick it again. And where he kicks it is it lands on about that 10-yard line every single time. And that's a Dyer making he's running a long way to get a little return yard, and he did get it out to the 24-yard line.
And he's run down from behind.
By
Riley Wilson. You see the speed there on Riley? He's got some wheels. He got a chance to get on the field, bro. He's going to make sure everybody saw him.
He's going to make sure he does something. So Meadowbrook, 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Clock running now, 2:42 to play. Cambridge has this game in hand, and they've had it in hand for quite a while. A little mass substitution going on there on defense. And he did it again. He made them jump offside. That's the one thing he can hang his hat on tonight. I've made them jump offside 4 times.
Yeah, and again, new bodies in the game for Cambridge, but you've seen your teammates do that 5 times already.
Right.
You finally get in the game, and you do the same thing.
Huey looks downfield, makes a nice throw, and a nice defensive play made there on the receiver. Riley Wilson stepping up and making a hit on the receiver after it was caught.
That's been incomplete.
I did call it incomplete. He knocked it loose. A nice play there.
Riley's a player, man.
All right, second down.
You'll remember that name here in the next couple years.
All right. 2nd and 5 now for Meadowbrook. 1:35 to play as the clock continues to move. As John and I are in agreement, this was one of the best rules they came up with in high school, was this running clock. Huey keeps it himself. He manages to find some room, and he runs ahead and gets it out to about the 39-yard line. Nice pickup there for him. That's going to be a first down, a W.B Green Insurance first down for Meadowbrook. Out to the 38-yard line. Clock rolling now, just over a minute to play. Meadowbrook going to run maybe a couple more plays. Cambridge going to take delight in the fact that they've broken this winning streak of Meadowbrook's in this series and done it convincingly tonight. Huey with the snap. Lets it fly deep. He's got a receiver out there. It's Norman, but he can't get to it. And that's going to be incomplete. Now we're down to 30 seconds to go. Maybe one more play in here with this running clock. Meadowbrook trying to line up. They got down to 15 seconds. This is probably going to be the last play of this one tonight. Huey with the snap. Throws it, running the hook and ladder. Gets it back. And that is Bop, and he is running down the sideline. He's got it all the way down. He stepped out of bounds on about the 10-yard line. And that's going to be the ball game. A nice little trick play there, the hook and ladder. Haven't seen that one in a while, but Bop almost broke that one for the touchdown to get Meadowbrook on the scoreboard. But that's going to be the final in this one. Cambridge exacting some revenge. 63, Meadowbrook nothing. We'll be back with our post game after this. You're watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
You're headed to work, and as you pull out, you notice your garage door has a broken spring, or a loose cable, a roller that's jumping the track, or some damage from your teenager who's still learning to drive. No worries. The professionals at Wayne Garage Door can provide quality service fast when you need it. And because you're busy, we make it easy to schedule a service call. Just go to waynedoor.com on your phone and request a visit from one of our skilled technicians. We'll get you on the schedule right away, and you'll experience peace of mind before you reach the office. Wayne Garage Door, service when you need it.
This year, the Southeastern Med Cancer Services team is celebrating 30 years of being accredited by the National Commission on Cancer. Earning this accreditation and maintaining it for 3 decades is a testament to their team's quality outcomes, dedication, commitment, and care for their patients and community. Learn more by visiting seormc.org today.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first stop. Mass Tires is now under new management and still committed to continuing high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in at 519 Main Street in Pleasant City to see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., or call 740-685-1199. Mass Tires, the best place to retire.
Back at McFarland Stadium here in Cambridge, Ohio, where the Cambridge Bobcats took care of business tonight. They have defeated the Meadowbrook Colts 63-0. Now for our post-game report here, and that's presented to you by AMG Vanadium. Whew. What can you say about Caden Moore? I mean, he played just an unbelievable football game tonight. Now, let's also say that, he had a lot of time to throw the football tonight, given his offensive line did such a nice job protecting him. The few times he did have to pull it down and run, he made some positive yards, but my, oh my, they're like 63 points total. We've got, in the first half, a 62-yard pass from Moore to Tavion Barr. That made it 7-0. Follow that up with another Caden Moore touchdown throw, this time to Feldner, and it was 14-0 still in the first quarter. One more first quarter score, a 20-yard touchdown throw from Moore to Ogle, and that made it 21-0, and that's what it stood after the first quarter. Second quarter, The scoring kept coming. 10-yard touchdown pass from Moore to Barr. That made it 28-0. And I should mention each time these are extra points. Lucas Parson right down the middle every time. Finally, a rushing touchdown, and this was a 7-yard rushing touchdown by Caden Moore to make it 35-0. A 54-yard punt return by Feldner made it 42-0, and then a 30-yard touchdown pass to Xander Caldwell before the end of the half made it 49-0 in favor of Cambridge. Second half, not much scoring going on because that clock, when it's a running clock, it moves. We had a 50-yard touchdown pass once again to Davion Barr to start off the third quarter scoring, make it 56-0, and then the final score of the ball game came on a 2-yard plunge by Caden Moore to make it 63-0, and that took place in the fourth quarter. Just really hard. We've got a couple of awards to give here, and the +1 pizza player of the game. I got to go with Caden Moore.
Well,
it's kind of hard not to.
As BK and I have said 3 times already, or twice, and you and I have said it, he's going to be in consideration every single game, right? But it's so hard not to give the award to Davion Barr, who had 8 catches for 163 yards and 2 scores. That's a heck of a game, right?
Yes.
But how in the world do you not give it to a guy who was 21 of 22, 414 yards, and 5 touchdown passes, and leading rusher with 8 rushes, only 28 yards, but 2 more scores. The Cat had 7 touchdowns on the night and over 430 yards of total offense. I mean, and he threw 1 ball away.
Maybe we get BK to text us.
Man, I did. Okay. He says he can pick him if he wants to. But yes, BK, he only had 1 incomplete pass. It's unreal, the game that Caden Moore had. And for that, he has to be the player of the game. There's just no doubt.
No doubt. So I'm in complete agreement. I mean, he dominated the football game. I mean, it just, whether it was just his decision-making was just outstanding as well. I mean, there's nothing forced. If he didn't have it, he tucked it and ran with it. I mean, he just made some really nice decisions. Again,
yeah, and again, we credit the receivers for finding some openings in the offensive line, as you mentioned too, for giving him plenty of time. Really, he was only pressured a couple times tonight.
Exactly.
But the receivers certainly made the most of their catches, yards after catch. Who can imagine what that would have been if we would have tracked that? But
yes.
Bo Stotsberry, with his first catch, we said, and then all of a sudden he caught 3 in a row for 53 yards. Owen Feldner with a TD. He's still same as the first half, 2 catches, 85 yards. Devin Ogle, another good night, 5 catches, 63 yards and a score. And then Trey with the 1 for 16 and Xander for 2 for 34 in the score. So, the receiving core, again, you've got 6 different guys catching balls for 4 different guys catching touchdowns. And then on the rushing side of things, Trey ran 4 rushes, 18 yards. So on the night, Cambridge had 12 rushes, 46 yards, and 2 scores. Through the air, 21 of 22, 4, 14, and 5 scores. Meadowbrook, on the other hand, certainly some offensive struggles, and you equate that to a lot of really good defensive pressure by Cambridge. But their leading rusher was Sam Bopp with 16 total rushes, 59 yards. Nick Norman, 3 rushes minus 5 yards, and Huey 10 rushes for 5 yards. So altogether 29 rushes for Meadowbrook for 64 yards. For 59 yards. Through the air, Huey was 8 for 17 for 117, but 47 of them was on that last play of the game.
Right,
so,
exactly.
That was a big one there. Bopp catching 2 balls, 57 yards. Norman 3 balls, 43. McManaway 2 for 4, and Evan Dyer the 1 catch there for 13. So, credit Cambridge's defense for basically. Again, pitching another shutout,
right.
2 out of 3 games, only giving up 7 points so far in those 3 wins. And Meadowbrook's they're gonna have to regroup, and they're gonna have to regroup quickly. Now the good news for them is they've got Crooksville next week, I believe, is who they have at home even. So that would be nice to get back in the friendly confines, right? And get into that MVL schedule, as you had mentioned. So that most likely will be an opportunity for the Colts to be able to get a win, their first win on the season.
We've got one more break to take, and then we'll come back for a couple more special awards here for the ball game. But you've been watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first stop. Mass Tires is now under new management and still committed to continuing high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in at 519 Main Street in Pleasant City to see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., or call 740-685-1199. Mass Tires, the best place to retire.
Chucks and Stuff in downtown Cambridge is your homecoming headquarters. We have suspenders and ties in almost every color while supplies last. And don't forget the socks.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut-rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
And here's a quick check of your City Tire Pros scoreboard. In the third quarter right now, Morgan leading Philo 7-6. Barnesville beating Buckeye Trail 28-7. Cambridge over Meadowbrook in the third 56-0. Shenandoah beating Waterford in the third quarter 12-7. Fort Fry beating Zanesville also in the third quarter 40-6. In the fourth quarter, Sheridan leading Logan 21-7. Also in the fourth quarter, Riverview beating Crooksville 22-0.
Back in Cambridge to wrap up our post-game report, once again presented by AMG Vanadium. We've got a play of the game, which we had a little discussion there off air. We decided that's going to be that 54-yard punt return from Feldner there in the second quarter that made the score 42-0. Just a nice individual play, and once he had turned the corner, he was heading to the house. So we'll make that as our play of the game. The drive of the game, and that play of the game, again, sponsored by Guernsey County Children's Services. The drive of the game presented by West 40 Auto Sales. Our drive of the game, West 40 Auto Sales. I politicked this one with JV, and I just said it had to be the first drive of the game, which was only a two-play drive, 62-yard touchdown pass to Davion Barr, but it set the tone for the football game. And that just, they took the ball, and they didn't defer. They took the ball, 2 plays, 7-0, and that just set the tone for the evening. So for you, the 2 linemen of the game.
Yeah, the lineman of the game for Cambridge has not won the award yet and had a great game is senior Hunter Williams, manning the offensive line, and that's really what the award's supposed to be for, is the offensive line. Not necessarily, but that's what we're going to go with every week. And had a good game defensively too. I mean, the defensive line, geez, everybody was everywhere. But Hunter Williams, were to give the nod to Hunter. So congratulations. He will be receiving a T-shirt courtesy of, he's the power lineman of the game, courtesy of Guernsey Muskingum Electric. And for Meadowbrook, we're going to give a lineman of the game as well. Also will receive that same T-shirt, not the same one. We'll give him another one.
We'll give him a different one,
and that'll be Mitchell George, who, we saw the Colts running behind him really the majority of that second half,
right.
and they started to get some momentum and some yardage and those kind of things, and they basically ran behind him the whole second half and had some success. So for Meadowbrook, we're going to give that award to Mitchell George.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up our post-game report here from AMG Vanadium. Myself, Dave Hilliard, and for John Valentine, our producer, Cooper Klovichuk. We got cameramen tonight, Jaron Aber and Brett Klein. We appreciate everyone tuning in. All those sponsors again. Our final tonight, Cambridge 63, Meadowbrook nothing. You have been watching and listening to high school football on AVC Sports.
Thank you for watching AVC Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, W.B. Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abels, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Papa John's Pizza, Wayne Garage Door, Galaxy Pizza, 209 Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RVs, and Bruner Land Company.